Chapter 520. Chen Qing swallowed his saliva. What the F***ck? Why is young Master Zhao here in Tianhua City? Enough. I'll go settle the procedures now. Then from now on, I'll take over Drunken Pavilion, Zhao Namfeng said. Chen Qing nodded. Yes. Zhao Namfeng sneered then roared. Everyone, Drunken Pavilion is closed today. Everyone who is eating is to be kicked out. F***ck? Are you crazy? Chen Qing was taken aback by his words. Whoever kicks out a customer will be rewarded with 100,000 in cash. Hurry up. Zhao Namfeng glanced at all the staff. They swallowed their saliva, unsure if they believed him, but they had no choice but to do as he said. After all, there was no harm to them. Even if they closed down, it was his problem as long as they were paid. Then, the entire Drunken Pavilion was kicked out amidst the cursing of the staff. At this moment, Lin Xian and the rest were eating when a few people rushed in. Let's go. We're not letting you eat anymore. Hurry up and leave. A few security guards scolded Lin Xian and the rest. Lin Xian, F***ck. Is this how you treat your guests? Hurry up and leave. The new boss ordered all the customers to be kicked out. That's right, didn't they want to eat? Weren't they eating? Sorry, but they had to leave halfway. That was what Zhao Namfeng was thinking. Actually, there was no need to go through so much trouble, and even buy the hotel. But he had money. He could be willful when he was rich. He was too lazy to say more and just bought it. It didn't matter. He could just treat Drunken Pavilion as his place in Tianhua City and treat it as his property. He wouldn't lose much. Moreover, he didn't care. To be honest, he had many treasures that could be auctioned off in Tiandu for a few hundred million. He really didn't care about this little bit of money. Watch your mouth. Ling Ying pointed at them angrily. Hurry up and leave. F***ck. Ling Ying was pissed and was about to hit them. Lin Xian stopped her. It was a big taboo for a business to chase customers out, so there must be something unusual about it. All right, let's go. It's free anyway. Then Lin Xian led them out. When they walked out, they saw Zhao Namfeng. Lin Xian was stunned when he saw the lobby manager and the others bowing down to Zhao Namfeng. He was certain that Zhao Namfeng had something to do with this. Lin Xian, Chuxue, and Ling Ying, why are you guys eating here? Zhao Namfeng looked surprised when he saw them. What a coincidence. Young Master Feng is also here for dinner. Zhao Namfeng smiled and said, No. I'm just here to take care of my own business. After all, this Drunken Pavilion is my property. It's just that there's a problem with the Drunken Pavilion, so I need to chase the customers away. I'm really sorry for disturbing your meal. Hurry up and go back to your restaurant. Then, Zhao Namfeng smiled apologetically at Ling Ying and Han Chuxue. Ling Ying, Chuxue, I'm really sorry. I didn't know you guys were eating here. I'll get them to bring you more food and wine. You guys can enjoy your meal. You guys are different from the other customers. Ling Ying shook his head. No need, we're almost done. Han Chuxue grunted and said, Then you can take care of your Drunken Pavilion. Chen Qing saw this scene. No matter how stupid he was, he knew that Zhao Namfeng had a grudge against Lin Xian. However, he didn't like Zhao Namfeng. He was even more annoyed than Lin Xian. 1 billion. Normally, he wouldn't sell it, but he was really afraid that the Zhao family would buy all of his family's businesses overnight. Therefore, he had no choice but to sell it. Young Master Zhao is now the boss of Drunken Pavilion, so I won't interfere anymore. If young Master Zhao says you guys can eat, then you guys can eat. Idiot. Lin Xian cursed in his heart. Of course, he was cursing Zhao Namfeng. Did he think he was invincible because he was rich? He acted like he could do whatever he wanted. He even wanted to slap his face and disgust him. Halfway through the meal, he even bought the restaurant at a high price just to disgust him and prevent him from having a good meal. Furthermore, he was indirectly telling them that Lin Xian had the ability and strength to deal with him. He had 10,000 ways to deal with him. He could smash him to death with money. As for Lin Xian, he was chased out just for a meal. Wasn't that uncomfortable? How big was the difference between the two of them? To be honest, he was disgusted. However, Lin Xian smiled and patted Zhao Namfeng on the shoulder. He said, I won't be eating this meal. Young Master Feng, take care of your restaurant. Oh right, I forgot to tell you. My meals here are free. It won't take much effort to eat elsewhere. With that, Lin Xian led the two girls away. Free. Zhao Namfeng was stunned. If they were eating for free, then the effect he wanted wouldn't be as good. What's going on? Why are they eating for free here? Zhao Namfeng asked. Chen Qing said, Young Master Zhao, it's like this. Lin Xian has the restaurant's free card. He can eat for free a few times. F***ck. Chen Qing cursed angrily. Fortunately, he had already let Lin Xian know how big the difference between them was. As for Ling Ying he didn't want him anymore. B***tch. He thought that Han Chuxue and Ling Ying were pure and innocent, but it turned out that they were just two B***cheese. It wasn't like there weren't other people in Tiandu who could compare to the two of them. Why would he bother with Ling Ying, who didn't like him in the first place? However, he hated Lin Xian to the core. He wasn't in a hurry to kill him. He had to humiliate him slowly. Cook a good meal for this young master, and send it to the presidential suite. Then Zhao Namfeng walked upstairs. F***ck. What's with the act? Chen Qing cursed angrily. Young Master Chen. The lobby manager shouted. Alright. Follow him. Although this person is a little disgusting, he's still quite generous. Sure enough, there's always someone better than you. Let's go. F***ck. Little Ying, what kind of person did you play with when you were young? Look at this person. He's so disgusting. Lin Xian couldn't help but say on the way. To be honest, he was a little unhappy that he was checkmated by him. Ling Ying was also helpless. He's rich and can do whatever he wants. Besides, what does that have to do with me playing with him when I was young? I didn't know anything when I was young. No, he's so rich? This 5-star hotel costs at least 500 million, right? And he doesn't even want to make money. He just wants to slap me in the face. Lin Xian said unhappily. I'm afraid 500 million isn't enough. But he's really rich. He can casually auction a spiritual weapon for more than 1 billion. Tiandu is indeed a different place. Lin Xian shook his head secretly. I can't afford to offend him. He's too damn rich. I'm disgusted. But I have to pay him back. Lin Xian thought. Anyway, you're already enemies. Since he did this, he probably doesn't want to pursue me anymore. It's a good thing to end everything. I support you. How do you want to fight back? Ling Ying revealed a smirk. She liked to do bad things with Lin Xian. Chapter 521. How could he fight back? To be honest, Lin Xian was no match for Zhao Namfeng in terms of family background, handsomeness, ability and influence. How could he fight back? However, this was exactly who Lin Xian was. He could do things that ordinary people couldn't do or think of. He only needed a simple method to do it. He only needed to think about what he had that Zhao Namfeng envied. What did he have? Beautiful women. Didn't Zhao Namfeng pursue Ling Ying but fail? Wasn't Han Chuxue also a super beauty? Wasn't he also unable to get her? Let's go, let's eat first. Let him jump around for a while. About 2 hours later, Zhao Namfeng received a friend request from Lin Xian on WeChat. Zhao Namfeng laughed coldly. He thought that Lin Xian had secretly added him as a friend to apologize to him, or to admit his defeat. Then, he added him as a friend and waited for Lin Xian's reply. He waited for 20 minutes. During these 20 minutes, Lin Xian and the other two sat in the hotel room and played poker leisurely. Zhao Namfeng checked his phone every minute, but he did not receive any messages from Lin Xian. Lin Xian was relaxed, but he, who thought he was the winner, was suffering. Dong, his phone rang. Zhao Namfeng, who was in the presidential suite, quickly picked up his phone and looked at it. The next moment, he was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. It was a simple picture. What was in it? In a luxurious room in a hotel, there were two girls with messy hair lying together on a beautiful bed. The phone's quality was good, and the blush on their faces was very clear. They looked like they were asleep. With the blanket covering them, only two messy little heads could be seen, and they were sleeping with their eyes closed. Following that, Lin Xian sent a despise emoji, then withdrew the message and deleted him as a friend. Mother***. Zhao Namfeng went crazy in the room and smashed everything. He felt that he had won. But He had been defeated by Lin Xian. B asterisk TCH. 2B asterisk cheese. Lin Xian, I want you dead. Zhao Namfeng roared. What he regretted the most was that the picture had been deleted before he could save it. However, this Lin Xian had thoroughly angered him. No wonder this Ling Ying hangs out with Lin Xian and Han Chushua all the time. It turns out that the three of them, Mother asterisk her. Although she didn't really believe it, how could this Lin Xian make the two of them be together? Normally, he wouldn't believe it even if he died. Even if he saw the photo, he still wouldn't believe it. But why would he believe it? It was because Han Chushua was Lin Xian's girlfriend. Before this, would he believe that Han Chushua would become a trash woman? That's impossible. But it just so happened. The impossible had already become possible. But another impossible thing had happened. Would there be some possibility? I will. Are you satisfied? Then Lin Xian looked at Han Chushua and asked, Then what should we do now? Han Chushua shook her head. I don't know. What did your family say? Now it was a bit awkward. If he confessed Lin Xian would be slapped in the face by Zhao Nanfeng again. If he didn't, would Han Chushua's family do something shocking? Chushua's family is much stricter than mine, Ling Ying said quietly. Lin Xian also knew that he had dealt with Ling Ying's mother, Qin Lan. Her mother was very good, and Lin Xian liked her very much. If the Han family also came, what should he do? Mother asked me to bring my boyfriend home. Otherwise she would come personally. Lin Xian. Dead. Chapter 522. Ling Ying was also helpless. The Ling family and the Han family were very close, and Qin Lan knew Lin Xian. If the two ladies went out to play mahjong and mentioned this matter, and both families mentioned Lin Xian's name, then, wouldn't the two of them be finished? Why don't we confess? Otherwise it seems quite troublesome. Ling Ying said. Han Chushua shook her head. No need for now. Let's wait until Zhao Namfeng returns to Tiandu. My mother won't come for the time being. On this point Lin Xian and Ling Ying had the right to speak. Ling Ying's mother, Qin Lan, suddenly came without Ling Ying knowing. Okay, then let's leave it at that. Actually, I have a way to solve this once and for all. I don't have to worry about being exposed. And you don't have to worry about your mother not being able to see your boyfriend when she comes. Lin Xian looked at Han Chushua and said seriously. Han Chushua really believed him. What? Be my girlfriend, then won't both sides work? Ling Ying. Han Chushua. Hee. Ling Ying's voice came from the side, and Lin Xian quivered. Han Chushua's pretty face was slightly red. In fact, she thought that this was a good idea. Cough cough. I'm afraid you don't understand what Chushua means. The Han family is one of the 8 great families of Tiandu. Your boyfriend is lacking some reputation. Ling Ying said coldly. Damn. This Lin Xian was getting bolder and bolder. He was going to confess to Han Chushua in front of her? It's okay. It's not like I haven't experienced it before. Little Ying Ying, what do you think? Lin Xian smiled and raised his eyebrows at Ling Ying. Ling Ying. Yes, Lin Xian had indeed experienced it. Her mother, Qin Lan, was quite satisfied with Lin Xian. However, the two people in the Han family were not as weird as her mother. Qin Lan was not serious at all. That's right, she was not normal at all. She did not play by the rules and was shameless. However, Han Chushua's parents, TSK, they were really strict. If you want to die, just say it. Ling Ying quietly said. I'm going to wash my face. Han Chushua also stood up. I'll go wash off the blush on my face too. As for what to do next, they all chose to escape. I'll act according to the circumstances and adapt to the situation. If I can truly feel at ease. After that they all went back. Of course, Ling Ying and Lin Xian went home together. It was not early anymore. Lin Ye had really cultivated for the whole day, and was now eating outside with Xiao Runing. As for Lin Xian, Ling Ying took off her jacket and put it on the sofa. She was just about to pour a glass of water, and wanted to ask Lin Xian if he wanted to drink, when she looked over. Then, she saw Lin Xian's eyes. F***CK. What are you doing? Ling Ying weakly took a step back. This bastard. I just called Little Fairy. She and Miss Xiao just ordered dinner. No matter what, It will take more than an hour. Linging was about to cry. I'll let you feel the power of the tribulation realm. Wahahaha. F*CKU. That's right. Linging was bullied by Lin Xian again. Lin Xian walked out comfortably and drank tea. As for Linging, she did not want to move at all. She curled up in her bed and slept soundly. The next day, Lin Xian went to increase the favorability of Linglong Shui and Linglong Yue as usual. As for Han Chuxue, he still had to find a chance to confess. That would depend on whether Linging would give him the chance. Lin Xian opened the door and walked in. Why is it only you? Lin Xian saw Linglong Yue sitting on the sofa barefooted, eating chips and watching television. Lin Xian looked again, and did not see the other two. They went back. Linglong Yue glanced at Lin Xian, and continued watching television. Went back. Where did they go? Lin Xian sat beside Linglong Yue, and snatched a bag of chips from her. Linglong Yue was naturally displeased when she saw her delicacies being snatched away by Lin Xian. But thinking about it, it was just a packet of potato chips. Hence, she could not be bothered with Lin Xian. They went back to the devil race. Sister said that she wanted to look for the last parchment scroll. Sister Bing followed her. I'll go. Lin Xian wanted to cry when he heard Linglong Yue's words. What? They left. Then what about his mission? When will they come back? Lin Xian asked. I don't know. If it's short, it'll be a few days. If it's long, it'll be a few months. Maybe even a year. Lin Xian. It's a little uncomfortable. The world is so big. How is she going to find such a small parchment scroll? Lin Xian asked in confusion. This was harder than finding a needle in a haystack. Finding a needle in a haystack was like finding a needle in a haystack. However, she was looking for a needle in a continent. Of course I won't be so stupid. There's an expert in the Yao clan who's proficient in the divination technique. I plan to ask her for help, and see if she can deduce the location of this last parchment scroll. Divination? Lin Xian revealed a shocked expression. Is there really such a power? Linglong Yue munched on a potato chip and nodded. Yes, the ability to predict the future is a very, very powerful ability. Then why did you go earlier? Lin Xian said helplessly. If you do that, you'll owe her a favor. That kind of favor is obvious. Do you think I'm a fool? If I didn't find the third parchment scroll, I wouldn't have gone to look for her directly. Since I've found it, and I'm only missing the last piece, I'll just owe her a favor. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. This Xiao Linglong won't repay me, right? Scram! Linglong Yue could not help but curse. Lin Xian grinned. Then why didn't you go? Why would I go? I'm bored to death. Sister left me a lot of money anyway. I can stay here and eat and play. Lin Xian. Amazing. At this moment, Lin Xian suddenly felt a strange feeling in his mind. It was like a call. Was someone calling him? What's wrong? Linglong Yue suddenly noticed Lin Xian's strange behavior, and asked curiously. Although she looked young, Linglong Yue was a heavenly venerable expert. Of course she could see Lin Xian's strange behavior. Nothing. Lin Xian shook his head. Was it an illusion? No, it was still there. It was an indescribable feeling. You didn't know what it was. It was like there was a call, but it didn't feel real. You should eat, Lin Xian said and walked out. The call was still there. He tried to follow the feeling in his heart, the feeling that was not very real. Tianhua City was bustling with activity. Everyone was at work, shopping, or on their way out of the demonic beast territory to grind levels, or on their way back. Lin Xian came to a patch of greenery, where there were not many people. This was a small park. Early in the morning, there were a lot of people, but after 8 or 9, there were fewer and fewer people. If there were more people, it would be night. This feeling was right here. Yes, it was right in front of him. Lin Xian walked over. Chapter 523. Who are you? Lin Xian shouted. Several passers-by looked at Lin Xian, as if they were looking at an idiot. There was no reply. That feeling disappeared. Lin Xian even thought that he was possessed. Strange. That feeling is unreal, yet it still exists. Why is it gone? Lin Xian lowered his head and muttered to himself. When he lowered his head, Lin Xian saw something on the lawn. There was light on the lawn. Words written by light. Lin Xian was startled. Tianhua City's disaster. That's right, 5 words with an exclamation mark. When Lin Xian finished reading, the words written by light disappeared. Lin Xian sat on the lawn with his brows tightly knitted together. Little Qilin, is that you? Lin Xian shouted again. As he expected, there was no reply. That's right, Lin Xian thought that it was Xue Qilin. However, he wasn't sure. Obviously, due to the existence of this special word, Lin Xian was sure that it was directed to him. As for who it was, Lin Xian wasn't sure, so he didn't think too much about it. Tianhua City's disaster. What made a city's disaster happen was, Lin Xian suddenly raised his head. Demon beasts besieging the city. If it was Xue Qilin, then Lin Xian had to believe that she left it behind. This Xue Qilin changed Lin Xian's existence. The system changed Lin Xian, and Xue Qilin promoted Lin Xian. Lin Xian saw the marks on the lawn, which were left by little claws. Then Lin Xian laughed. It's her. It's Xue Qilin. Then Lin Xian stood up. Tianhua City may really be in trouble. Coupled with the inexplicable gathering of 100,000 demon beasts that night. Is this the sign of a great disaster? Then, Lin Xian walked away quickly and went to the temple. Uncle Qin. On the training ground, Qin Feng was training Wang Xintong as her opponent. Lin Xian had to interrupt them, because it was very important. Lin Xian. Wang Xintong looked happy when she saw Lin Xian. Lin Xian walked over, patted Wang Xintong's shoulder gently and said, Wipe your sweat and rest. I have something to say to Uncle Qin. MHM. Wang Xintong then walked away, not bothering Lin Xian and Qin Feng. What's the matter? Qin Feng and Lin Xian sat beside him and asked, Uncle Qin, how's the investigation of the incident that night coming along? Lin Xian asked. Qin Feng said, That night, I, together with the other 2 forces, sent a few hundred experts to investigate. However, we didn't find anything strange. In Changfeng City, we didn't find any demon beasts gathering at the location you mentioned. However, I believe what you said. The demon beasts have probably dispersed. Now, the 3 forces have increased their patrols to cover a few hundred kilometers. Not finding anything strange was within Lin Xian's expectations. After all, Ling Longyue didn't find anything other than the 100,000 demon beasts. However, it was true that they existed. However, the 100,000 demon beasts had dispersed? That's possible. After all, Lin Xian went back and Qin Feng sent people over. It took more than 3 hours. Why? Are you still worried about this? Don't worry. This time, there are many experts and members of the 3 forces gathered in Tianhua City and other cities. They can gather a few 100,000 members in a short period of time. Indeed, the demon beasts have been acting strangely recently. Even if they attack, we can react immediately. Don't worry. Qin Feng patted Lin Xian's shoulder and said, But, what's wrong? Qin Feng frowned. Although Lin Xian isn't very strong, but Qin Feng really likes him. Lin Xian's words may not be believed by others, but Qin Feng will inexplicably believe them. He is very concerned about Lin Xian showing such an expression. Did you find something? Lin Xian pondered slightly. He doesn't know how to tell Qin Feng about this. To be honest, he feels that it's illusory. How can he believe it with just a sentence? To be honest, if it's Xue Qilin, then Lin Xian will believe it. Even if she only left a sentence, Lin Xian will believe it. But how to tell them? I have a friend. Lin Xian thought for a moment, and then said, Uncle Qin, you should know that it's the woman who saved us that day. It's her? Qin Feng said in surprise. Lin Xian feels that Linglong Xue will be cannon fodder. But he won't reveal her name. In fact, it doesn't matter who she is. Lin Xian just wants Qin Feng to believe him. As for Xue Qilin, Lin Xian doesn't want to reveal it, mainly because it's more troublesome to explain. Actually, she's a monster, Lin Xian said. Qin Feng was shocked when he heard Lin Xian's words. But thinking about it carefully, it makes sense. Monsters aren't necessarily enemies. Since Lin Xian said that she's a friend, then she's neutral. She may even be a friend of humans, not an enemy, Lin Xian continued. Yes, she's neutral and even my friend. What are you trying to say? Lin Xian said. She told me that Tianhua City is in great trouble. What? Qin Feng couldn't help but shout. Not far away, Wang Xintong looked over while drinking water, a puzzled look on her face. What are they talking about that can make Uncle Qin turn pale with fright? Qin Feng stood up, paced slowly and pondered. Then he looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian, is she trustworthy? Lin Xian said. I just want to say that in my opinion, she's a very, very good friend of mine. Although he said that, but Lin Xian was actually talking about Xue Qilin. I know. I'll carry it out. Whether it's true or not, we have to treat it with the utmost caution. Qin Feng nodded. I keep feeling that something's not right. Lin Xian said. What? Qin Feng looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian pondered. Xue Qilin told him that Tianhua City is in great trouble. Does that mean they can't hold on? Or did she just say that Tianhua City is in trouble? Then why didn't she say that Tianhua City is in trouble, but that it's in great trouble? Therefore Lin Xian felt that it's not normal. In short, Uncle Qin, it's best to carry it out. Qin Feng nodded. Then I'll leave Xintong to you. I'll go to a meeting now. Then, Qin Feng walked away quickly. I hope it's okay. Lin Xian showed a worried expression. The 100,000-odd demonic beasts, and Xue Qilin's warning gave Lin Xian a feeling of uneasiness. What's with this feeling of uneasiness? He knows that humans are prepared to deal with the demonic beasts attacking the city. He knows that, but he still feels uneasy. Will something go wrong? Or will something unexpected happen? Lin Xian really wants to find Xue Qilin and ask her. Lin Xian, what's wrong? Wang Xintong came over and asked softly. I'm not sure, but Tianhua City may be in danger recently. Don't leave Tianhua City in the near future, and don't go farming. Lin Xian reminded. Lin Xian intends to warn Miao Xiaomiao and the others not to leave Tianhua City in the near future, because his feeling of uneasiness is very strong. He hopes that it's an illusion. Chapter 524. After all, Xue Qilin told Lin Xian this news. How could he let them take the risk again? Leveling up is fine, but there's no need to rush. I got it. Wang Xintong still listens to Lin Xian's words. Good girl. Lin Xian rubbed her little head and smiled. Girls basically can't stand being rubbed on the head, especially in front of the boy they like. Wang Xintong's little face directly turned red. Seeing this scene, Lin Xian teased. Little Tong Tong, what's wrong with your face? Why is it so red? Wang Xintong quickly retorted. It's nothing. It's just sweaty from training. Lin Xian stifled a laugh in his heart. Heat is good, it's good for the body. Do you want me to make you feel even hotter? The corners of Lin Xian's mouth rose. Do you want to train with me? Wang Xintong asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. I'll train you with push-ups. Why do you want to train me with push-ups? Wang Xintong didn't understand. It's good for the body, it strengthens the body. Forget it, it's better to fight, at least train the whole body. Wang Xintong shook her little head. Lin Xian didn't continue to tease her. Remember my words, I'm going back first. Go ahead. Although reluctant, Wang Xintong never took up Lin Xian's time. Although she wanted to, but she wouldn't. She never even asked Lin Xian to accompany her to go shopping, because she didn't want to trouble Lin Xian. Anyway, there was only one word to describe him, sensible. Today, Lin Xian went to Miao Xiaomiao, Lu Yufan and Yi Yi. He also went to remind Xiao Runing, Linya, Han Chuxue and Linya. After this trip, he ate, went out to play, and the day passed just like that. The sky was dark. Let's have Ling Longyue take me out again tonight. Lin Xian was always worried. Ling Longyue had the space attribute, and was in the heavenly venerable realm. If Lin Xian let her take him out, he should be able to check if there was any danger in the outside world. Of course, there would definitely be many experts from the three major forces investigating. However, Lin Xian felt that he would only feel more at ease if he went out personally. Just as Lin Xian was about to head over to Ling Longyue's place, he received a call. Morong Qing. He had forgotten about this woman. This was also a very important mission for him. Hello. Lin Xian picked up the phone. Are you free tonight? Come with me to a banquet. No. Lin Xian said decisively. Morong Qing. Ding. Feeling Morong Qing's resentment, Adonis points plus 10,000. Logically speaking, when had she ever taken the initiative to invite a guy to a meal? Never. However, Lin Xian broke her record. This was nothing. She also felt that it was nothing. But this guy rejected her. What the F asterisk CK? This was the first time in her life that she invited a guy to a banquet, and she was rejected. She was a little confused. Big brother, can you not be so straightforward? Do you have a girlfriend? Morong Qing asked helplessly. How could this guy have a girlfriend? Sorry, you shouldn't ask that. You should ask how many girlfriends I have. Morong Qing. She lay on the bed, and the corner of her mouth could not help but curve into a smile. It was indeed a little interesting. Oh, how many do you have? 1. Lin Xian said. I don't believe you. Morong Qing felt that how could a straight guy like Lin Xian find a girlfriend? Even if he found one, it would only be temporary. She would probably be angered to death. She was also a peerless beauty. Inviting him, and then decisively rejecting her. Was this a trap? You don't believe me? Ask her. Her name is Morong Qing. Morong Qing. So disgusting. Morong Qing said in disgust. Lin Xian. Alright, this woman was not someone that could be easily flirted with. Then Morong Qing smiled and said. Then dear little brother, can you accompany your girlfriend to the banquet? She needs you. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. It seemed that he had fallen into his own trap. To be honest, he wanted to go out with Ling Longyue tonight. But to be honest, this Morong Qing's mission still needed to be completed. If Morong Qing did not trigger the mission, then Lin Xian would not care at all. Attend the banquet? Get lost. But if the mission was triggered, it would be easy to gain favorability in such a banquet. What time can you come back? Lin Xian asked. Come back? Let's just get a room tonight. Do you still want to go home? Morong Qing asked. Demon. Lin Xian swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Come on, come on. Then Morong Qing began to act coquettishly. To be honest, her coquettish behavior was more moving than a beautiful girl's. Alright, I'll go. Lin Xian could not take it anymore. While he was at it, he would go and gain favorability. After a few hours of fun, he would find Ling Longyue to go to the beast domain. It should be better to go to the beast domain in the middle of the night. Where are you? I'll go pick you up. Remember to change into decent clothes. This banquet is quite impressive. Morong Qing stood up and said. Sorry, I'm not changing. I'm too lazy to change. My clothes add up to 400 yuan. Is that enough? Morong Qing. As long as you don't care. Where are you? In your heart. Morong Qing. Big brother, don't try to flirt with her. It's useless even if you're in the sky. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. This woman was much harder to flirt with than Xiao Runing. After all, she was 2 years older than Xiao Runing. However, she was very charming. Cough cough. Sha Missouri Road and Sha Bai Road intersection. 10 minutes. Morong Qing hung up the phone, and Lin Xian squatted at the intersection. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, a red sports car drifted and stopped in front of Lin Xian. The car window rolled down, and Morong Qing looked over with her sunglasses on. Hey little hubby, get in the car. Morong Qing said with a smirk. Lin Xian was speechless. She was really beautiful. This woman was the most charming one Lin Xian had ever seen. She might not be the most beautiful, but she was the most seductive. Ling Longyue had a completely different temperament. Lin Xian sat in the front passenger seat. The car was filled with fragrance. He looked at Morong Qing. She was wearing a long red dress. Her hair was loose, and there was a crystal pendant around her neck. Her ears were also beautiful. In short, she was very charming. I say, why are you wearing sunglasses in the middle of the night? Is there something wrong with you? Although she was wearing sunglasses, coupled with her fair skin, she was indeed very beautiful. But in the middle of the night. F***CK. That's true. Then I won't wear it. Morong Qing took off her sunglasses, and the car window rolled up automatically. What are you doing? Why did Lin Xian have a feeling of panic? It was as if Morong Qing was a big bad wolf, and he Lin Xian was a cute little bunny. Isn't this the opposite? Chapter 525. Morong Qing's lips curled up slightly. Little hubby, am I pretty? Lin Xian. Big sister, please have some self-respect. Morong Qing. Who are you calling big sister? This form of address was quite hurtful. No, I mean be more reserved. Although I'm very handsome, and I know I'm very attractive to you. Let's be more reserved. Hee hee. Morong Qing laughed out loud. Tonight you're my little hubby. During the party you're my boyfriend. Oh, how long will I be your boyfriend? Lin Xian's lips curled up. Tomorrow morning. Are you willing? Lin Xian nodded. So now is it? Aha. Then let's kiss. Morong Qing. Sure enough, when a guy said these things to a girl, it was always the girl who was at a disadvantage. Kiss. Men were not at a disadvantage. It was always the girl who was at a disadvantage. Morong Qing said indifferently. It depends on your performance tonight. If you perform well, let alone a kiss, I'll even give you a night. Lin Xian. Like hell I'll believe you, old hag. Lin Xian didn't want to talk to her about this anymore. She was hard to flirt with. She had always been the one flirting with him. It was a little difficult to increase her favorability towards him. However, Lin Xian took a look and saw that her favorability towards him was now at 12. Maybe she was curious about him? What party? You're the executive officer of the sanctuary. Is there a party in this small third-tier city that matches your status? Also, you're attending in a more formal attire, right? Although Morong Qing was not wearing a dress that defied the natural order to attend important parties, this red knee-length dress was still very noble and beautiful. Morong Qing started the car and sped off into the distance. Then she said, "There's a banquet in the capital. The reason for this banquet is that the capital has welcomed a strong man. He specially came from Tiandu. No, he was invited because it's not very peaceful here recently. They invited him to escort us." At the same time, he was also looking for a direct disciple. Firstly, he wanted to hold a welcoming party for himself. Secondly, he wanted to give the martial artists here a chance to become his disciple. Thus, he decided to hold this banquet. At this banquet, there would be young talents from the surrounding cities, as well as people from the 3 great influences. There must be a lot of big shots. Who is it? So grand? Is his realm very high? Morong Qing nodded. It's very high, the heavenly venerable realm, and a very powerful one at that. I guess it's not far from the great void realm. It's a pity that it's too difficult to advance from the heavenly venerable realm to the great void realm. I don't know how many powerful demon beasts you have to kill. Otherwise you would have reached the great void realm long ago. Only at the Empyrean realm. Lin Xian disagreed. Only in the Empyrean realm? Big brother, just how high are your standards? Morong Qing looked at Lin Xian in surprise. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Thinking about it, the Empyrean realm was very, very strong. Why did Lin Xian not care? Or did he feel that it was just SOSO? Because he was used to having a great void realm and 2 Empyrean realms by his side every day. Lin Xian was already used to this kind of existence, so he didn't care much about it. For others, they had never seen a domain realm in their lives, so their mentality was naturally different. I'm just saying. Lin Xian smiled and said. Should he tell her that he even had a great void realm expert by his side? Morong Qing said. That senior has been famous for a long time, and his combat strength is very high. At the same time, he is a dark attribute existence. Of course, the disciple he wants to accept may not necessarily be of the dark attribute. You also understand this kind of expert. They all have their own ideas. Maybe he will take them in if he likes them. There are many geniuses in Tiandu, but he doesn't like any of them. However, those geniuses also don't seem to like him. Each and every one of them is incomparably arrogant. Morong Qing secretly shook her head. Babe, then do you think the Empyrean realm is valuable? Lin Xian asked. He had no idea about these human powerhouses. What did he hear in the past? Empyrean realm, that was a legendary existence. However, now, people were talking about the Empyrean realm and so on. However, what kind of existence was the Empyrean realm? Lin Xian still didn't know about the situation of the human race. Morong Qing held a high position, and at the same time, she was definitely a powerhouse. She must have seen and known a lot. Empyrean realm, There are quite a lot of them. Hello, Morong Ching said. Empyrean realm isn't difficult. Maybe you don't see many of them in places like this. There are quite a lot of Empyrean realm experts, but there aren't many powerful Empyrean realm experts. However, when it comes to the Great Void Realm, how should I put it? Very, very few. The Empyrean realm and the Great Void Realm are completely different. As far as I know, there are no less than a few thousand Empyrean realm experts, but the number of Great Void Realm experts I know is only a handful. Heavenly Dao Realm? Oh, you know about the Heavenly Dao Realm? Morong Ching raised her eyebrows. While driving, she glanced at Lin Xian. It was easy to know about the Great Void Realm, but for people like them, it was very difficult to know about the Heavenly Dao Realm. You couldn't even find out. At most, you could find out about the Great Void Realm. As for why, it wasn't clear. Is it very difficult? It's not difficult. If you ask someone who knows, it's very simple. Then she said, I only know of 4 Heavenly Dao Realm experts. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. The Fey race has them too. We humans definitely have more than that. Then Morong Ching said, you won't be able to come into contact with them for the time being. Being able to come into contact with a powerful Empyrean realm expert is already very good. This can be considered an opportunity for you. If you can have a famous Empyrean realm expert to nurture, it won't be bad. Don't say that. I don't want to. Why? Can I tell you that I actually don't fancy it? Lin Xian laughed. Uft. Morong Ching laughed out loud. All right. I believe you, all right? As they chatted, they drove out of Tianhua City and headed for Jinghua City. To be honest, this was Lin Xian's first time going to another city. Changfeng City, Limfeng City, and the other cities that had been conquered did not count. I say, I have to come back early. I still have something to do in the middle of the night. Lin Xian said. Hiss. Morong Ching then sniffed her little nose. Lin Xian. Anyway, no matter what this woman did, said, or how she tried to seduce him, Lin Xian did not believe her. Don't you find me attractive at all? You still want to go back in the middle of the night? Morong Ching said aggrievedly. All right. You can't seduce me. Lin Xian waved his hand and said, Morong Ching. All right, do you still have something to do tonight? Morong Ching immediately changed her expression. Yeah. What is it? What do you think is happening in the middle of the night? Lin Xian curled the corners of his mouth. Hee, I don't believe you. Up to you. Lin Xian shrugged. Jinghua City was about 100 kilometers away from Tianhua City. With the speed of the sports car, there was no one outside other than Fey beasts. It was really fast. Soon, the outline of Jinghua City could be seen. Chapter 526. Jinghua City was also a third-tier city, similar to Tianhua City. In fact, Lin Xian felt that it was quite prosperous after living there for a long time. How could it be as exaggerated as the suburbs that people said? However, since it was said so, it definitely couldn't be compared to Tiandu and other cities. Perhaps when Lin Xian had the opportunity to go to Tiandu, he would understand. Morong Ching parked the car at a luxurious 5-star hotel. Rose Heaven. Lin Xian got out of the car and looked up. Aha! Rose Heaven. Morong Ching then held Lin Xian's arm. Lin Xian subconsciously shook her off. Ding! Feeling Morong Ching's displeasure. Prince Charming points plus 10,000. Really, Morong Ching was completely dumbfounded. She invited Lin Xian to the banquet, and he refused at the beginning. Now that she took the initiative to hold his arm, he subconsciously shook it off? F***CK. Was he even a man? Is she really not attracted to Lin Xian at all? Don't tell me you like men? After a few seconds, Morong Ching said. Cough no. Why did Lin Xian shake her off? He would definitely not reject beautiful women, as long as they were not like Zhao Mengyue. But why did he shake her off? Because this woman was a seductress, and because Lin Xian also knew that she was like a thorny rose. Although the two chatted casually, Lin Xian had always maintained some vigilance against Morong Ching, so there was a subconscious action just now. Static electricity, didn't you feel it? There was a crackling sound. Morong Ching. Feel my ass. What about now? Morong Qing held Lin Xian's arm again. The static electricity is gone. Lin Xian. Who? Morong Qing took a deep breath and said, Tonight, you will be my male companion. You're my boyfriend now. Just help me block those who try to hit on me. No, miss, you're the executive officer of the Holy Sanctum. I'm just a stinky little brother. If we go there like this, they won't believe that I'm your boyfriend. But they don't know who I am. Lin Xian looked at Morong Qing in confusion. Morong Qing said, Only some people from the three major forces know my identity. But those people from the three major forces won't talk nonsense. Moreover, it's impossible for them to strike up a conversation with me. Those who strike up a conversation with me are those outside the three major forces. And they don't know my identity. Okay, but you're not allowed to take advantage of me. Lin Xian reminded Morong Qing. He wanted to kill someone. I really want to. I got it. Morong Qing said angrily. Ding. You have sensed Morong Qing's displeasure. Adonis points plus 10,000. This Lin Xian, is he F*King poisonous? Did she take advantage of him? Morong Qing then said. Remember your mission tonight. Got it. F*CK. I thought you brought me here for something good, but you just want me to be your shield. Lin Xian said unhappily. Hee. Morong Qing smiled and said, But you can take advantage of me. Then can I move my hands? You can try. Lin Xian then did not dare to move. He really did not dare to move. This kind of woman was not to be trifled with. Morong Qing looked at Lin Xian. Big brother, your clothes are so low class. Can I bring you to change? No, either you change now and let me go home or this. Morong Qing was helpless. Then, Morong Qing held Lin Xian's arm and walked in with a smile. Welcome. Those beautiful hostesses smiled and bowed. If Morong Qing did not reveal her identity, they would not recognize her as the boss of Rose Heaven. They would only think that this woman was very beautiful. Many people cast their gazes at Morong Qing and Lin Xian, feeling extremely surprised. This woman was a goddess. Whether it was her appearance, temperament, or figure, she was one of the best. As for this man, he was good-looking, looked okay, and wore ordinary clothes. There was nothing special about him. How could these two people be together? Lin Xian and Morong Qing walked to the elevator. See the way those people look at you? I asked you to change your clothes, but you didn't. There's nothing wrong with your clothes, but it's too inappropriate for you to attend such an occasion. Besides, it's me beside you. And then, Lin Xian asked. Morong Qing. Was this B***start a topic Terminator? No, he was doing it on purpose. Really? If it was in the past with my temper, I would have kicked you 10 meters away. You better treat me better, or I'll go home. Lin Xian. Morong Qing. Okay. I was wrong, okay? As the two chatted, they arrived at a certain floor. There was a huge door in front of them, and several security guards were standing at the door. Please show me your invitation. Morong Qing showed the invitation, then pushed the door open and walked in. Whoa! The scene behind the door was a completely different world. Soft music was playing, and it was a very luxurious environment. Several types of neon lights illuminated the place, and the whole place was filled with all kinds of food, drinks, and snacks. As far as the eye could see, there were probably no less than 300 men and women laughing and chatting there. Most of them were young men and women, and they were dressed beautifully, gentlemanly and formal. As Morong Qing said, most of them were here for the Celestial Venerable. If he took a fancy to them and accepted them as his disciples, it would change their lives. Lin Xian might not like them, but it did not mean that these people would not like them. In their eyes, the Celestial Venerable was a god. The rest were around 30 years old, and most of them were members of the three major forces. The door opened, and the two entered. Those who felt the movement all looked over. When they saw Morong Qing, they were stunned beyond words. However, when they turned their attention to Lin Xian, they were shocked, surprised, and jealous. Why? Why was such an exquisite woman holding on to such an ordinary-looking boy? Moo! Several members of the three major forces were surprised to see Morong Qing holding on to Lin Xian's arm, but they did not think much of it and quickly came over to greet them. As soon as he said a word, Morongqing waved her hand, and they understood what Morongqing meant. I just wanted to come over and eat something. Don't let my identity be exposed, Morongqing said. Once others knew her identity, it would be troublesome. All kinds of people came over to greet and comfort her. Damn it. It was so annoying. Basically, those who could come here had some strength. At least, their level was not too weak. But most of them were rich and powerful. This was a very normal thing. Brother Qiao, look. The most beautiful woman tonight has appeared. Chapter 527. Beautiful women would always be the focus of a ball. In a ball, a handsome man was nothing compared to a beautiful woman. Of course, for those love-struck women, it was still something. However, a man's true colors were different. There was no doubt about it. Those so-called honest men and gentlemen, even if they were loyal to their loved ones, were definitely unfaithful in their hearts. And there was no doubt that Morongqing's beauty, her figure, and her temperament would make any man impulsive after seeing her. She was a seductress. Perhaps her casual actions were filled with seduction. A single word from her could make a man fall for her. At first, the door was tightly shut. But when the door opened, almost everyone subconsciously looked over out of curiosity. Then, they saw Morongqing and Lin Xian. Xiaoanyu, the genius of the capital city, ranked second in the capital city Tianmu assembly. What was his status? He was about the same as Qin Xiaotian in Tianhua City. But he wasn't a fake gentleman like Qin Xiaotian. His unfaithfulness was well known in the capital city, but there were still a bunch of girls who jumped into his arms. What could he do? Other than Xiaoanyu, there were also many young talents from the capital. They were also powerful and influential. Of course, they were powerful here. But just as Zhao Nanfeng had said, they were nothing in the Tiandu. Someone like Zhao Nanfeng would definitely be too lazy to come to this place. He looked down on them, and was not interested in the celestial venerable realm. Xiaoanyu held a glass of red wine, and looked at Morongqing. Then his eyes widened. For a man, especially for him, women and money were everything. He could even spend a lot of money for a real beauty. Unfortunately, he had never met such a woman. There were certainly many beauties in the capital city, and he had played with them before. But to be honest, he had never met a woman of that level. He knew that there were a few in Tianhua City, and even a mentor. But he had heard some things and gave up. But he didn't expect to see such a woman at this banquet today. She looked more mature. This kind of woman was the best. She was much better than those 17, 21, or 21-year-old women. But his gaze landed on Lin Xian, who was holding Morongqing's arm, and then suddenly froze. Lin Xian's clothes were indeed branded, but they were just for the general public. Any ordinary family would be able to afford them. Each piece of clothing cost only 200 to 300 yuan. As for that woman, he could tell that the red dress she was wearing was worth at least 500,000 yuan. This was definitely a custom-made model. Her necklace, the heart of the ocean, was only 10 pieces in the entire world. Each piece was worth hundreds of millions. It was not only a piece of jewelry, but also a spiritual weapon. Pendant. Twin love. The two of them were going to be together? Impossible. Xiaoanyu only took one look at this woman, and he felt that he wasn't worthy of her. Just the clothes and jewelry on this woman were worth more than a dozen villas in Shangjing. What the hell? But what if he could get her? He was very confident in his charm. As long as it was something she liked, he could do it. As for the man beside the woman, Xiaoanyu had a look of disdain on his face. She was either a gigolo that she had bought, or she was just a shield. It couldn't be her boyfriend. No, it couldn't be. Her taste couldn't be that bad, right? Brother and sister? It couldn't be. Brother and sister? Then why was the brother dressed so pathetically? But no matter what, he had to try this woman. This kind of woman could only be his. On the other side, a man was surrounded by 4 or 5 beautiful girls. His gaze also fell on Morongqing. The corner of his mouth curled up slightly. Du Mingtao, 3rd place in Shangjing's Tianmu competition. He was slightly worse than Xiaoanyu, but his family background was similar. In terms of handsomeness, he was above Xiaoanyu. He also had many suitors, He also had his eyes on Morong Qing, but his taste was not as unique as Qiao Anyu's. Lin Xian quivered. These people's gazes were too scary. Big sister, I'll go get something to eat first. After saying that, Lin Xian hurriedly pulled his hand away and ran away. F***ck your sister. Looking at the glowing eyes of those young masters, he realized that he was no longer a shield. He was just a smelly fly in front of a little bunny. Those people were all big bad wolves. They could have trampled him to death when they came over. Now that he was Morong Qing's shield, he could not afford to offend her. It was not that he did not dare, but there was nothing else to do tonight. He realized that coming here was a mistake. Hey! Lin Xian did not manage to pull his hand away. Morong Qing hugged it tightly. I won't let you go, little hubby. Morong Qing smiled and leaned her head on Lin Xian's shoulder. Lin Xian. Suddenly, killing intent filled the air. Previously, some people had guessed that they could not be boyfriend and girlfriend. But Morong Qing was sweetly leaning on Lin Xian's shoulder. This was a bit. The people from the three major powers who knew Morong Qing silently distanced themselves. Of course, they had heard of Morong Qing's style. This woman was a rose with thorns. Sister, help me draw less hatred. Lin Xian wanted to cry. Morong Qing smiled and looked at Lin Xian. Then she pointed to the side and said, there are desserts over there. Go, go, go. Then, like a little girl, she held Lin Xian's hand and ran to the side. Cough, cough. Lin Xian was embarrassed. Morong Qing took a piece of cake and took a bite. Delicious. Then, she used the same spoon to scoop some cake and sent it to Lin Xian's mouth. Have a taste. Lin Xian. No. At that moment, the surrounding killing intent became even more intense. F***ck. This woman did not mind using the same spoon as the man in front of her. This proved that their relationship was really that of a man and a woman. All the previous guesses were destroyed. Lin Xian was stunned. Was this woman doing it on purpose, or did she not care? Or was she really a female hooligan? No, some women were more promiscuous on the surface, but they were actually more conservative. Eat, why aren't you eating? Morong Qing asked. Lin Xian turned his head, then walked to the side and took one, saying, I'll make it myself. You eat it yourself. Morong Qing's lips curled slightly. She finally realized that this Lin Xian on the surface seemed to be a flirtatious person. But in fact, he did not have much courage. Or rather, he did not have much courage towards her. He did not even dare to kiss her indirectly. However, Morong Qing liked it. If he really ate it, it would affect her good impression of Lin Xian. Chapter 528. Every action of these two people was the focus of the banquet. Lin Xian could feel those gazes, and his hair stood on end. Ding! Morong Qing's favorability towards you +5. Lin Xian was stunned for a moment. Increasing favorable impression points. Could it be because he did not eat her cake? So this woman was a sucker for this. Lin Xian laughed in his heart. Young Master Lin. A figure came from behind. Lin Xian turned his head to look. You're here too. Seeing Zhang Tian, Lin Xian smiled. Zhang Tian nodded. Yeah, quite a lot of people from Tianhua City are here. Then Zhang Tian looked at Morong Qing. He had to admit that he admired Lin Xian. So much so that he wanted to prostrate himself in admiration. The women around Lin Xian, from lowless to mature women, there were all kinds of types, and each of them were devastatingly beautiful. They were invincible. Let me introduce you. This is my friend Zhang Tian. This is... Before Lin Xian could say anything, Morong Qing smiled and said, Lin Xian's girlfriend, Morong Qing. Lin Xian. F***ck. Zhang Tian smiled and said, then I'll go talk to someone else. I won't disturb you guys. After saying that, Zhang Tian walked away. Big sister, what are you trying to do? He won't hit on you. Why do you have to say that? Lin Xian was helpless. Although it was a face, some people did not believe it, and some people's gazes were enough to kill Lin Xian. The main thing was, if Morong Qing was really his woman, Lin Xian would enjoy such gazes. But she was not, so he did not like it. But I just want everyone to know that you're my little hubby. It's fake, Lin Xian reminded. Although he had indeed triggered a mission, and it was indeed very easy to flirt with her, Lin Xian knew that Morong Qing was different from other girls. No matter how much he flirted with her, it would be useless. He could not go along with her. Instead, he would make her lose that feeling. She needed to play hard to get. Didn't she take the initiative to call Lin Xian little hubby? Didn't she feed him all kinds of cakes and hug his arm? If it was any other girl, Lin Xian would be more than happy to oblige. He could strike up a conversation with them and improve their relationship more quickly. However, this was Morong Qing, a vixen. She must be very shrewd. Therefore, Lin Xian wanted to do the opposite, to make her feel that he was not interested in her. This was more useful for any woman. This was playing hard to get. For Morong Qing, everything else was useless, but playing hard to get would definitely work. However, Lin Xian's description was very similar. He couldn't let Morong Qing see that he was playing hard to get. Therefore, Lin Xian had to expose her. But my feelings for you are not fake. Go away, go away. You just want to get closer to me, and then cheat me of the gene medicine, woman. Morong Qing. All right. Lin Xian was right. Damn it. Since when did she personally pester a man? But this Lin Xian, F***ck. Infuriating. I'm going to find a friend to chat with. As for being a shield, I'm not doing it anymore. After saying that, Lin Xian was about to run away. At this moment, a man walked over with a wine glass in his hand. Du Mingtao. To be honest, this kind of woman. So what if she had been played by other men? She was too beautiful, too beautiful. Even if she had been played, he was willing to marry this kind of woman. It was a kind of happiness. Beautiful lady, can we get to know each other? I'm Du Mingtao. Du Mingtao revealed a gentlemanly smile at Morong Qing, and then extended his hand. When Xiaoanyu saw that his old rival Du Mingtao had actually made a move, he couldn't wait to walk over. Of course, he didn't walk directly to Morong Qing, but to Du Mingtao. Isn't this Master Du? Long time no see. Xiaoanyu clinked his wine glass with Du Mingtao's. Du Mingtao knew that Xiaoanyu was here to pick up the girl. Long time no see. They had just raced together yesterday. He was just looking for an excuse to strike up a conversation. Master Qiao, didn't we meet yesterday? Du Mingtao didn't want to give him face. Xiaoanyu's lips curled slightly. Is that so? Oh right, my brain is muddled after sleeping for a while. Xiaoanyu patted his head, and then casually turned around to look at Morong Qing. What a sin, there's actually such a beautiful woman. I'm not the first to see you. Hello, I'm Xiaoanyu. Xiaoanyu then smiled like a gentleman. He didn't stretch out his hand. This was all a trick to give the woman the impression that he was a good person, and didn't deliberately stretch out his hand to shake her hand. Du Mingtao's face turned ugly, because he reached out his hand to shake Morong Qing's hand. But now he was outclassed. Morong Qing chuckled and then said, Sorry, my husband doesn't like me to get to know other guys. Your husband? Although they all had their guesses, they still had to pretend not to know. They were all unhappy. This kind of woman was actually taken by that country bumpkin. However, was he a shield or not? It was still under consideration. Morong Qing directly pulled Lin Xian, who was about to slip away, and then held on to Lin Xian's arm. Yes, he's my husband, Morong Qing said with a sweet look. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. No, I'm not her husband, Lin Xian quickly said, and then the soft flesh on his waist was pinched. Cough, cough. What I mean is, I'm just her boyfriend. We're not married yet, so I'm not her real husband. Morong Qing then released her hand with satisfaction. She didn't know why, but at this moment, she really had the feeling of pinching her own boyfriend. It felt a little real. Xiaoanyu and Du Mingtao's faces were gloomy, but they still maintained a smile. So what if she had a boyfriend? Maybe it was just a shield. Even if it was true, they wouldn't dislike this kind of woman. So they still had to find an opportunity to use the hoe. But this Lin Xian, they already remembered it in their hearts. Hello, I'm Xiaoanyu. Xiaoanyu smiled and stretched out his hand. He shook his hand symbolically, then turned to Morong Qing and said, Honey, I saw caviar over there. Let's go and have some. N. Morong Qing walked away with Lin Xian sweetly. Xiaoanyu and Du Mingtao stood there. Young Master Qiao, you're so boring. fighting with this young master, and in the end, the woman is still someone else's woman. What's the point? Du Mingtao drank the red wine in one gulp and looked at Xiao Anyu with slight anger. Xiao Anyu glanced at the two people walking away and then sneered. Women were rivals. But now, I think it's better for us to join forces and trample on the man beside that woman. As for whether he's a shield or not, I don't know yet. But now we have to join forces. As for who the woman will belong to later, we'll show our skills. How about it? Chapter 529. When it came to picking up girls, they weren't bad and were confident. However, there was a prerequisite. That girl had a shield called Lin Xian by her side. All right, we'll do as you say, Du Mingtao said coldly. Then he looked at Xiao Anyu and asked, do you have any good suggestions? They still didn't know Lin Xian's name. If they knew, they would know better. Lin Xian's name was quite famous. He was the champion of Tianhua City's World Conference. At the same time, he also had some achievements. Of course, there were many people with the same name. However, they would definitely think that way. Do you see the arena over there? Tonight, according to what I know, that Sky Venerable Senior will let us compete with each other. We just have to step on him. If we can quietly cripple him, that would be even better. A girl can't possibly follow a cripple, right? Cripple? That won't do. What are you afraid of? Just leave it to me. I guarantee that no one will find out. I have a poison here. As long as he is poisoned, there won't be any abnormalities in the first hour. However, after an hour, his limbs will be crippled. After an hour, who will know who did it? Xiao Anyu's lips curled up. Brilliant, really brilliant. Then I'll have to trouble young Master Qiao. They were opponents, but they were also friends. After all, they had the same interests. After walking away, Lin Xian quickly pulled his hand out. What? I'm holding your arm. Are you losing out? Morong Qing saw that Lin Xian was constantly looking down on her. She couldn't understand. Was this Lin Xian a man? She was already so proactive. Lin Xian shook his head and said, it's not a loss. However, I know your purpose. I also know that you have no interest in me. So there's no need. Morong Qing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. How do you know that I have no interest in you? Morong Qing's lips curled up. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. A man's intuition. I'm going to pick up girls. Do you still want to follow me? Don't. Morong Qing then took Lin Xian's arm and said with a smile. If you go to pick up girls, won't we be exposed? Aren't you going to chat with your colleagues? No, I want to follow you. I originally came here to have some fun, just to go through the motions. Those small talk and whatnot are the most fake. It had to be said that Lin Xian felt that this Morong Qing was rather straightforward. Lin Xian? At this moment, a voice came from behind. Lin Xian turned his head. All right, another old acquaintance from Tianhua City. Young Master Chen. Lin Xian smiled. Chen Qing looked at Morong Qing and saw her holding Lin Xian's arm. He was stunned. K your mother. Another new one? Another super beauty? This Lin Xian, was it a god? To be honest, Chen Qing admired Lin Xian. He was invincible. Who is this? Chen Qing didn't give up and asked. Morong Qing leaned closer to the considerate Lin Xian. Morong Qing, Lin Xian's girlfriend. Chen Cheng. All right. He was looking for trouble. K. How many boats was this Lin Xian stepping on? To be honest, Chen Cheng and Lin Xian were rivals. However, they didn't have any direct conflicts. Plus, the incident with Zhao Nanfeng made Chen Cheng feel that he was more unhappy with Zhao Nanfeng. As for Lin Xian, he didn't seem to have done anything wrong to him. It had always been him. Lin Xian even introduced Yi Yi to him. Although Yi Yi hadn't called yet, Lin Xian had already shown his sincerity, right? Of course, that was only Chen Cheng's own opinion. In fact, Lin Xian had tricked him very badly. And now, he really wanted to learn from Lin Xian. This Lin Xian was a god. He really didn't know how Lin Xian could handle so many beauties with ease. Moreover, even if she wasn't his girlfriend, she would still come out to eat with him. Their relationship must be good. If he could learn a thing or two from Lin Xian, would it be difficult to pick up girls? Therefore, under normal circumstances, Chen Cheng would have deliberately revealed Lin Xian's relationship with other girls, to deliberately cause conflict between Lin Xian and Morong Qing. But now he didn't. Hello, my name is Chen Cheng. I'm Lin Xian's friend. Chen Cheng smiled. Morong Qing nodded slightly. Lin Xian was stunned. This Chen Cheng took the initiative to say that he was his friend? Was he trying to get closer to Morong Qing? Then you guys continue chatting. I'll go chat with others first. Chen Cheng finished speaking and walked away. You really have a lot of friends, Morong Qing said. What friends? Not really friends. Lin Xian took a glass of red wine and took a sip. Throughout the entire venue, there were always so many people glancing over from time to time. They wanted to see Morong Qing, and also wanted to see what they were doing. After all, Morong Qing was indeed a beautiful woman. Lin Xian glanced at Morong Qing's favorability. 18. That was quite fast. At this moment there was a sudden commotion in the venue, because the door opened and two figures walked in hand. Lin Xian looked over. Puff! In the next moment, a mouthful of red wine was directly spat out. Ling Ying Hanchuxue. Why were these two people here? After spitting out the wine, Lin Xian quickly pulled out Morong Qing's arm and turned around. Big sister, I'll leave first. After saying that, Lin Xian lowered his head and walked away quickly. How many times have I told you? Call me big sister, don't call me big sister. Morong Qing said helplessly, and then looked at the door with her beautiful eyes. In the beginning, Morong Qing was the focus of the entire venue, because there was no other woman in the venue who could compare with her in terms of appearance and temperament. But now it was not. Now there were three people in the spotlight. Two of them were top-grade beauties. The last one was a slightly more mature and seductive top-grade beauty. It depended on personal preference. Morong Qing was very smart. From Lin Xian's sudden action, she could understand that the two beautiful women who just came in were acquainted with Lin Xian. However, Morong Qing felt that the two beautiful women who came in were a little familiar, as if she had seen them somewhere before. Lin Xian's girlfriend? From her current contact with Lin Xian, he was a little different. Although he was not very handsome, he had his own special place. He could find a very beautiful girlfriend. In fact, Morong Qing felt that it was possible. So if one of these two beautiful women was Lin Xian's girlfriend, it was possible. Then, Morong Qing was a little curious. As for the other men who were originally focused on Morong Qing, most of them were now focused on Ling Ying and Han Chuxue. Morong Qing might have a boyfriend, but these two new beauties, as far as the current situation was concerned, they came alone and did not have any male companions. That would be a different story. Du Mingtao and Xiao Wanyu's attention was also focused on them. Chapter 530. To be honest, for a normal man, there was no such thing as a Lolita Kong, or a preference for girls of a certain age. If they were given a choice, for example, if they were to put Ling Ying and Morong Qing together, most of them would choose Morong Qing. That was because women like her were the most likable. However, that was only in theory. There were too many situations in reality. Lin Xian was thinking. He was definitely going to see Ling Ying and Han Chuxue tonight. So he was thinking about what to do. What should he say? Previously, Ling Ying had asked Lin Xian if he wanted to go and play. Lin Xian had rejected him and said that he wanted to explore the demonic beast domain. The truth was, that was indeed the case. At that time, he indeed had such thoughts. But now that he was here with Morong Qing, what should he do? Not bad. Although it can't be compared to some gatherings in the past, it's already a high standard to be able to do this. Ling Ying looked around and was quite satisfied. Han Chuxue said, After all, we are here to welcome a heavenly venerable. Naturally, we have to do it well. It's just that Lin Xian didn't want to come and didn't let us go to the demonic beast domain. Instead, he went there himself. Humph. Ling Ying snorted. He said that with Ling Longyue following him, there's no need to worry about danger. Hey, there's caviar over there. I wonder how it tastes. Let's go. Ling Ying then pulled Han Chuxue and ran over. Morong Qing happened to be there. The two of them also saw Morong Qing. Morong Qing smiled and handed them 2 glasses of red wine. Here. The two of them received it. Thank you, Han Chushua said softly. The two of them were stunned when they saw Morongqing. It was just like the first time they saw Linya and Linglong Shui. This woman gave them a different feeling. They didn't expect to see such a beautiful woman here. Have we met somewhere before? Morongqing smiled and looked at the two girls. She was indeed familiar with them. If a guy talked to a girl like that, it would be flirting. But when a girl asked them like that, "Sister, have we met before?" Lingying asked. Morongqing smiled and clinked her wine glass with theirs. It's a little familiar. Are you from Tiandu? The two girls looked at each other and nodded. No wonder, maybe we've met before. My name is Morongqing. Morongqing smiled charmingly. Han Chushue. Lingying. At this moment Lin Xian, who was not far away, turned his head. F***ck. How did these three women bump into each other? Why do they look like they're talking and laughing? Know him? That's right, they are all from Tiandu. So it's possible that they know each other. Damn it. Lingying. Han Chushue. Morongqing was slightly stunned when she heard their names. And then she couldn't help but laugh. She was just wondering why it felt so familiar. So they were the daughters of the Ling family and the Han family. This Lin Xian actually knew them. And seeing them was like seeing a guy hooking up with another girl, and suddenly seeing his girlfriend. Anyway, for Morongqing, that was what she felt. Something was up. So it's the daughters of the Ling family and the Han family. Nice to meet you. Morongqing nodded slightly. Sister is, Lingying asked. It was obvious that this Morongqing's temperament and demeanor were definitely not ordinary. Me. Nothing much, I'm just a worker in Tiandu. I'm considered a small leader. Then why did Sister Morong come to Jinghua City? Lingying asked curiously again. I came with my little husband to attend a banquet. Just to have some fun. Husband? The two girls thought for a while. Although she was very beautiful, she was also 25 or 26 years old. It was normal for her to have a husband. It was up to her to choose. Here, he's over there. I'll let him come over and introduce him to you. He's Lin Xian. After that, Morongqing smiled and walked towards Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Lingying and Han Chushue looked at each other. Same name, right? Didn't Lin Xian go to the beast domain? Also, do you think Lin Xian can run to this person? Han Chushue said softly. Lingying also felt that it was reasonable and said, this Sister Morong should be an official in one of the three major forces. Han Chushue nodded, and then the two of them looked at the figure not far away, whose back was facing them. Ladies, this humble one is Du Mingtao. Nice to meet you. Du Mingtao smiled and walked over to strike up a conversation with them. Nice to meet you. Lingying nodded. How should I address you two ladies? Sorry, I don't accept conversations. I'm a girl and like girls. Thank you. Then, Lingying held Han Chushua's arm. Du Mingtao. Believe? Of course not. But since they said so, he couldn't be so thick-skinned as to strike up a conversation. It was easy to strike up a conversation with an ordinary girl. Why was it so difficult for these beauties? On the other side, Lin Xian was chatting with Morongqing. Little hubby, come. Let me introduce you to two friends. Morongqing pulled Lin Xian's arm. Sister, please let me go. I don't like girls. Lin Xian said with a sad face. Not liking girls doesn't mean you can't meet girls. Come. They heard that your name is Lin Xian, and they are very interested. Morongqing said it deliberately. What? You told them my name? Lin Xian couldn't help but cry out. Hee, aren't you smart? They can let you meet great beauties. Come. Smart your sister. Zzz. Then, Morongqing sniffed her little nose in an aggrieved manner, and then said in an aggrieved tone. Little hubby, did I do something wrong again? I thought you would be happy if I introduced you to great beauties. Lin Xian. This woman was too evil. Since it was already like this, Lin Xian had no other choice. They would have met tonight. But Lin Xian hadn't thought of what to say. This was the most uncomfortable part. Let's go. Lin Xian sighed. Then Morongqing pulled Lin Xian's hand, but Lin Xian shook it off. Han Chushue and Lingying looked over. Chushue, don't you think that person looks a little familiar? Ling Ying saw the figure walking over and asked. Yes, he looks like Lin Xian. Even the way he walks is similar. Why? Do all people named Lin Xian walk so stupidly? Han Chushua's beautiful eyes took a closer look. As she slowly approached he is Lin Xian. I know, didn't Sister Morong say that his name is Lin Xian? I mean he is the Lin Xian we know. Ling Ying. She took a closer look. F***ck. At this moment, she had the urge to throw the wine glass in her hand at him, but she resisted the urge. Chapter 531. This bastard. He said that he was going to the demonic beast domain, but now he was attending a banquet. It was fine if he was attending, but he didn't even tell them. It was fine if he didn't tell them, but he was actually with such a beautiful girl. It was fine if they were together, but what did Morong Qing say? That Lin Xian was her husband? F***ck. F***ck. Lin Xian walked over with his head lowered awkwardly. Hi Ling Ying Chushua. Let me introduce you to my husband Lin Xian. Morong Qing looked at them, and said with a smile. Cough, Lin Xian coughed dryly. This vixen. He could explain it. Ding. Feeling Ling Ying's unhappiness and jealousy, Prince Charming points plus 100,000. Ding. Feeling Han Chushua's jealousy, Prince Charming points plus 30,000. Then Morong Qing held Lin Xian's arm and smiled. Lin Xian. Ding. Lin Xian could not bear the system bombardment. Then Lin Xian quickly pulled his hand away. That, little Ling Ying, little Chushua. It's a misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. She was just playing. Lin Xian smiled bitterly. You don't have to explain anything. Ling Ying said. No, it's still necessary. You know each other? Morong Qing had a surprised look. Lin Xian regretted it. Why did he have to provoke this woman? Why did he have to make her unhappy? Now he had his revenge. Most importantly, who would have thought that these two rich young ladies would cross the city to attend this banquet? Lin Xian nodded. And I know them. They are both my friends. Not familiar. Ling Ying walked away after saying that. Hey, little Ling Ying, little Chushua. Lin Xian quickly chased after them. Morong Qing's lips curled up. Fighting with her, and even being unhappy with her. This lady is not to be trifled with. Little Ling Ying. Lin Xian caught up with Ling Ying and grabbed her arm. What? Ling Ying flung his arm away. Are you jealous? Little Chushua, are you jealous too? Lin Xian said with a smile. TSK jealous of you? You wish. Ling Ying said stubbornly. I really have nothing to do with that Morong Qing. She's just like a demon. She's deliberately messing with me. I have nothing to do with you. Why are you explaining to me? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. How could it not be related? She's a very powerful person in the holy sanctum. She has a very high status. I might need her help with some things in the future. Lin Xian explained. Oh, Lin Xian. Okay. I swear, I really have nothing to do with her. She's messing with me by calling me little husband. Oh, Lin Xian. Han Chushua looked at Lin Xian and said, Ling Ying doesn't care about this. Then what does he care about? Ling Ying then looked at Lin Xian and asked, Didn't you say you went to the beast domain with Ling Longyue? Why are you with such a beautiful girl? Her name is Ling Longyue? Is this the beast domain? That's right, the girl cared about whether the guy lied to her or not. Ling Ying was already so magnanimous. She could only be angry and jealous, but she cared more about lying. Lin Xian raised his hand. I swear, I really wanted to go to the beast domain with Ling Longyue, but halfway there she pulled me over. I didn't want to come, and I didn't mean anything, but she was very insistent. She was very insistent, so you came? Ling Ying heard Lin Xian's explanation, and actually believed it. She would choose to believe Lin Xian's words more, but girls were all like that. They all had a proud mentality. The main reason was indeed Lin Xian's fault. Lin Xian said awkwardly. After all, we know each other. She was so insistent, so it wouldn't be good for me to refuse to tell the truth, right? For example, you asked me to come to this banquet. If I insisted, I would definitely come. So it's like this? Ling Ying's mouth curved slightly. Lin Xian. It seemed like he had said something. Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it has nothing to do with me. What does it have to do with me whether you're obedient or not? Ling Ying said helplessly. Speaking of being obedient. Lin Xian then looked at Ling Ying and Han Chuxue and asked, I told you not to go to the demonic beast domain for the time being. Why did you still come? Han Chuxue didn't know what to say for a moment. I didn't go to the demonic beast domain either. This is Jinghua City. Ling Ying defended herself. What did I say? I said that for the time being, you shouldn't even leave Tianhua City. Moreover, there are hundreds of kilometers between Tianhua City and Jinghua City. That is the demonic beast domain. How is this not counted as going to the demonic beast domain? Hearing Lin Xian's slightly angry and reproachful tone, Ling Ying was like a child who had done something wrong. Han Chuxue was the same. A second ago, she was still arrogant and reproaching Lin Xian. The next second, she was defeated by Lin Xian. I'm bored. Ling Ying pouted and said weakly. That's right, Lin Xian did say that to her. Now that she was caught red-handed by Lin Xian, she had become a little wife who had done something wrong. Is being bored more important than your life? Lin Xian said angrily. That's right. Lin Xian also suddenly realized this point. At this critical moment, how could they come out so easily? Lin Xian's anger wasn't fake. It was because he cared that he was angry. Otherwise, why would it have anything to do with Lin Xian? He didn't care. You can go wherever you want. You can die however you want. What does it have to do with him? There won't be a next time, Ling Ying said in a low voice. There's still a next time? I'm sorry. Lin Xian then let out a sigh. Okay. This is the last time. When we go back, we will go back together. Got it? Ling Ying said weakly. Then she muttered. It's not like you told us about the danger. Lin Xian heard it. No, do you think I'm lying to you? Lying to you that there's danger outside? No. Han Chuxue said. Then she continued. I just don't understand. Lin Xian sighed and said. I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to worry. But since that's the case, I'm really afraid that you won't listen and run out again. So I'll tell you. Han Chuxue should be obedient, but this Ling Ying wasn't. She was impatient. Then Lin Xian said. I received news that Tianhua City might be in trouble. Maybe it's not just Tianhua City, but also Jinghua City and the surrounding cities. But it's mainly Tianhua City. Trouble? The two girls showed a shocked expression. Demon beasts attacking the city? Generally speaking, for a city to be in trouble, it was either natural or man-made disasters. Other than that, it could only be demon beasts attacking the city. Lin Xian nodded. It's very likely. That's why I'm worried that the outside world is very dangerous. That's why I won't let you go out. Chapter 532. Lin Xian was not lying. He was really worried about this matter. Who did you hear that from? Linglong Shui. Is her words enough? Lin Xian asked. Enough. Lin Xian then said. The possibility is high but not certain. That's why I reminded you. You guys threw my sincerity and kindness into the wind. I'm sorry. Ling Ying stuck out her tongue in embarrassment. Forget it. Just be obedient in the future. I don't dare to go out alone anyway. I can either go out with Ling Longyue or this Morong Qing. She's definitely a strong person. Then, Lin Xian cleverly turned the situation of being blamed by the girls into him blaming them. However, Lin Xian did not say that on purpose. Life did not perish Lin Xian. Those people suddenly realized that Lin Xian had abandoned the prettiest Morong Qing and was now chatting with the two new beauties. Moreover, they seemed to have a very good relationship with each other. What's more, their relationship seemed to be very good. They even saw one of the girls feeding Lin Xian a small cake. What's going on? What's going on with this Lin Xian? In the beginning, everyone thought that it was possible for Lin Xian to have a good relationship with the first beauty. But when a person had a good relationship with the three most beautiful women present, it inevitably attracted everyone's attention. That's enough. Ling Ying held a piece of cake and looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. I'm full. Didn't you see how much I fed you? Ling Ying said helplessly. In order to admit her mistake, Ling Ying listened to Lin Xian and fed him. Everyone was envious. Keep it up. Lin Xian smiled. At this moment, the scene suddenly became chaotic. An old man walked out from the innermost room surrounded by a crowd. Oh! For a moment, the crowd reacted as if they had seen a celebrity. Although none of them knew each other, Lin Xian felt that it was fake. Lin Xian recognized two of the people who walked out. He had seen them before in Tianhua City. They were from the three major forces. However, it was only those two people. He had only seen them before, and did not know them. However, they were definitely big shots. Lin Xian looked at the old man. He looked to be in his 50s or 60s. But he was very spirited. His gaze was very sharp, the kind of gaze that could scare away many people. He was a serious old man. I reckon that whoever becomes this old man's disciple will be a disaster, Lin Xian said quietly to Ling Ying. Why? Ling Ying asked curiously. Han Chushua also looked over. His eyes are sharp. He must be an extremely strict old man. Being his disciple, I'll be disciplined to death. It just so happens that you lack discipline. Go and be his disciple. Ling Ying said angrily. Damn! How am I lacking discipline? You have a home, but you don't go home. Instead, you go around seducing young ladies. Don't you think you lack discipline? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose awkwardly. It seemed that this girl was still jealous. Yes. Then you can discipline me. Lin Xian said with a smile. This old lady doesn't care. I don't have the time either. Ling Ying said proudly. In fact, the words in her heart were, she couldn't control them. That's right, she really couldn't control them. Because of the appearance of these people, all the attention was temporarily diverted from the three beauties and Lin Xian. When they came to the front of the hall, those people couldn't help but gather around them. Lin Xian and the rest were here to eat and drink. They were too bored and didn't want to become some expert's disciple. To be honest, they didn't care. If Lin Xian really wanted to, wouldn't Ling Longshui be better than him? Everyone quiet down. At this time a man said. The hall indeed quieted down. Let me introduce everyone. This is Senior Huang from Tiandu. Senior Huang is a heavenly venerable realm expert, and has been famous for a long time. This time, he came to protect our border cities, and also to find a disciple. Senior Huang's vision is not ordinary. Senior Huang didn't even take a fancy to those geniuses in Tiandu. What Senior Huang sees is a kind of fate and opportunity. Therefore everyone, you all have a chance. TSK. Ling Ying couldn't help but make a tisk sound. It's not those geniuses in Tiandu. It's those people who don't take a fancy to him. Ling Ying pursed her lips. Lower your voice. Lin Xian said. It's fine. I can't hear. Those geniuses in Tiandu. Which family doesn't have two heavenly venerables? Heavenly venerables aren't rare in Tiandu. There are many of them. Powerful ones are rare. Huang Chang glanced at the hundreds of young men and women below. Then he said, this old man is looking for a disciple based on fate. However, your talent and other aspects must also pass. Therefore, everyone present, those with ordinary attributes, eat and drink well. Those with rare attributes, please stand to the side. Suddenly, the scene was divided into two groups. One side was 80% of the people. They were all ordinary gold, wood, water, fire and earth attributes. Other than these 5 attributes, the rest were all rare attributes. Lin Xian and the other two didn't want to do anything. So they all entered the ranks of ordinary martial artists. The others were very surprised. Ling Ying and Han Chushua were quite famous. Even in Jinghua City, some people knew about them, and some people recognized them. They also knew that the two girls had rare attributes, but they were still standing there. However, when they saw that this Lin Xian was also in the ordinary attribute group, they all revealed a disdainful smile. So it was just an ordinary attribute. However, there were people who knew Lin Xian. For example, Xiaoanyu. At first he wasn't sure, but later he was sure. Then he came up with a plan. Aren't you awesome? Don't you have many beautiful girls around you? Then if you provoke an Empyrean realm powerhouse, what should you do? Ling Ying silently peeled a lollipop and stood behind. Huang Chang glanced and nodded in satisfaction. Not bad. There are close to 50 people with rare attributes. Not bad. It's better than what this old man imagined. Senior Huang. At this moment, Xiao Anyu stood up and bowed to Huang Chong. Firstly, he could gain his special attention. Secondly, it was also for his plan. Oh, what's the matter? Huang Chong looked at Xiao Anyu. Xiao Anyu then pointed at Lin Xian, who was at the back of the crowd, and said, Senior Huang, you told us to separate the normal and rare attributes, and we did as you said. However, I found someone with a rare attribute standing among the normal attribute crowd. He obviously didn't give you face. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Well, being handsome was easy to attract hatred. Oh, who are you referring to? Huang Chong frowned. It's him, Lin Xian. Chapter 533. Everyone looked in the direction that Xiao Anyu was pointing at. Damn, it's actually him? The idiot who has a relationship with the three beauties here? Damn it. I already knew that he wasn't a good person. He actually brought such beautiful female companions to attend a banquet. And there were so many of them. F***ck. That's right. How dare he be disrespectful to Senior Huang? Throw him out. Lin Xian touched his nose awkwardly when he saw everyone looking at him. Xiao Anyu sneered in his heart. This was exactly the effect he wanted. Huang Chong's eyes narrowed. Xiao Anyu was right. Wasn't this not giving him face? Everyone who came knew the purpose of this banquet. It was to welcome him and find a disciple. Therefore, everyone was definitely here for him. However, there was actually a junior with a rare attribute who hid among the warriors with normal attributes. The meaning was obvious. If he didn't want to become his disciple, then what was he doing here? Therefore, he was furious. Men, chase him out. Huang Chong said unhappily. Xiao Anyu sneered. This time, he had provoked a heavenly venerable expert, right? He was finished. Some people from the three major forces knew Lin Xian. When they heard Huang Chong say that he was going to chase him out, they didn't know what to do. They couldn't offend Huang Chong. They liked Lin Xian. After all, this kid had contributed a lot to Tianhua City. Senior Huang, this Lin Xian is a famous hero, so. An expert from the sacred palace said. Huang Chong snorted. What? Huang Chong showed an unhappy expression. No, it's just that. At this time Lin Xian walked out. I said. Lin Xian looked at Huang Chong. Senior Huang, I don't know why you want to chase me out. Shouldn't you be chased out for being rude to me? Huang Chong snorted. Ha ha ha, Lin Xian couldn't help but laugh. Everyone looked at him in shock. Then I would like to ask Senior Huang, how was I disrespectful to you? Some of the people from the three major powers were madly throwing glances at Lin Xian. But Lin Xian ignored them. Morongqing smirked and looked at Lin Xian, waiting for a good show. Huang Chong frowned. What do you think? Lin Xian casually walked to the table at the side and took a sip of red wine. Then he said indifferently, Senior, what you mean is that I'm disrespectful to you because I'm standing in the normal attribute queue even though I'm a rare attribute? Xiao Anyu said at this time. Isn't it? Everyone knows that this banquet is specially held for Senior Huang. All of us are here to become Senior Huang's disciple. Since you want to do this, why did you come? Aren't you disrespecting Senior Huang? Lin Xian smiled and said. Then may I ask, is there a rule that states that we must come to become Senior Huang's disciple? Then may I ask, all the seniors from the three major powers can't come? Compared to the seniors from the three major powers. What makes you think you're on equal footing with them? Sorry, why can't we be on equal footing? Lin Xian smirked. This sentence caused the people from the three major forces to be stunned. Xiao Anyu was stunned. Ha ha ha, then there was a burst of laughter. Lin Xian, oh Lin Xian, do you really have no idea? They're all seniors from the three major powers. What about you? Are you? You're not. What makes you think you can say that? Xiao Anyu thought that Lin Xian was a character, but he didn't expect him to be such an idiot. He thought too highly of this Lin Xian. How do you know I'm not? Lin Xian said as he took out a badge. Seniors from the three major powers, this badge should be enough to prove something, right? This is the badge of the Deputy Commander of Tianhua City's Divine Palace. A senior from the Divine Palace looked at it and said in shock, What? Deputy Commander of Tianhua City? This. For a moment everyone was stunned. Xiao Anyu was also stunned. I'm impossible. Absolutely impossible. Xiao Anyu's eyes widened. He was so young and didn't have much strength. How could he be the deputy commander? This was only a nominal identity that Qin Feng had given Lin Xian back then. He didn't have much real power. So, I'm not here to become Senior Huang's disciple like you all. I'm here to accompany the three major powers. So what does it matter if I'm standing there? Lin Xian sneered. With just a status, he turned the tables on them. Although Huang Chang hated Lin Xian to the core, Lin Xian's words made sense. There were no less than 100 people from the three major powers present. They had thought that Lin Xian's age was enough to become Huang Chang's disciple. But they didn't expect that he was actually one of the three major powers. Ha ha ha. That's all a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. An expert from the three major powers said with a smile. Wait. Xiao Anyu's face was extremely ugly. To him, women were no longer important. What was important was face. That's right, face. Lin Xian had slapped his face, so he had to get back at him in some way. Even if it wasn't for himself, he had slapped Huang Chang's face. Even if it wasn't for Huang Chang, he had to do something in order to not be remembered by this heavenly venerable. Is there anything else? The people from the three major powers looked at Xiao Anyu with ugly expressions. This kid didn't have any foresight at all. This matter was clearly going to be forgotten. Everyone should just treat it as if nothing had happened. What else did he want? At this time, Xiao Anyu pointed at Ling Ying and Han Chuxue. Senior Huang. These two are also rare attributes, and they aren't standing in the group of rare attributes. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue. Huang Chang had to find a way out. He had to intimidate these people with his prestige. He had to make an example out of them, or else his face would really be slapped. Huang Chang then looked at the two people. It seems like this sovereign isn't liked by many people. Huang Chang said coldly. Stupid old man, what arrogance. Ling Ying mumbled, and Han Chuxue quickly pulled him back. At this time Lin Xian said, I brought the two of them here. They're my family, so I don't think they need to take sides, right? Your family? Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I brought my two girlfriends here to participate in the banquet. I'm from the Holy Sanctum, and they are my girlfriends. Since I brought my girlfriends here, they don't have to be here to become Senior Huang's disciples, right? Everyone. They're both your girlfriends? Who are you lying to? Chapter 534. Hearing Xiao Anyu's words, Lin Xian laughed. What? Can't I have two girlfriends? Can't I let my two girlfriends live in harmony? You can't do it. Most people can't do it. But I can't say that everyone can't do it. You don't believe me? Lin Xian opened his arms. Ling Ying immediately understood, and went into Lin Xian's embrace. Han Chuxue hesitated for a moment, and walked over shyly. Then Lin Xian hugged both of them. Everyone's eyes widened. This motherf asterisk cur. Wasn't there Morong Qing before? No, it's fake. It's all an act. Lin Xian, do you think we will believe you? You're just finding an excuse for them. Xiao Anyu sneered. Ha ha ha, why? Then how can you believe it? Let me broadcast it live for you. Are you stupid? Xiao Anyu's face was extremely ugly. Idiot, you want me to explain it to you? It's up to you to believe it or not. After saying that, Lin Xian hugged the two beauties, and walked to the side to eat the delicious food. The expressions on their faces were unsightly. So was Huang Chang. Although they knew in their hearts that they were acting, and that the two beauties were definitely not his girlfriends. What could they say? Let them prove it. Broadcast it live for them to see. Whoever said it was an idiot. Although they were angry, they could only turn a blind eye to it. Huang Chang was defeated twice. His heart was filled with anger. But he couldn't do anything. Since when was he so helpless against a few juniors? If these people weren't here, he would have killed them. Ha ha ha. It's all a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. Everyone continue. At this moment, Lin Xian and the rest were filled with anger. F***ck. When have I ever been treated like this? Ling Ying stood there fuming. So what if he's a celestial venerable? He's so arrogant, but he still has to come for him. If I'm unhappy, I'll get my family to kill him. Lin Xian smiled helplessly and said, What can we do? In this current situation, he is the most important one. All the people from the three major forces have to take good care of him. If I didn't have this badge, we would have been driven out by now. F***ck. In any case, Lingying was extremely unhappy. Although she didn't have such arrogance, she couldn't let others ride on her head arrogantly. Where's your immortal sister? Lingying asked. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. You still want them to come and help us? He just thinks that he's the strongest. If he doesn't care about his reputation, we'll probably all be killed by him. Won't we have to get back at him? Then how about I help you get back at them? Morong Qing walked over with a smile. Lin Xian looked at her. Elder sister, please behave yourself and don't cause any more trouble, okay? He. Morong Qing smiled and then said, to be honest, this banquet is really boring. You guys have to suffer here. And you were brought here by me. To be honest, I'm partly responsible. Lin Xian looked at her with a smirk. Oh, then how do you plan to get back at them? Morong Qing smiled faintly. Don't forget whose territory this is. Lin Xian. The rest of the story went on as usual. Huang Chang used his own methods to identify these martial artists and see if they were suitable to be his disciple. Lin Xian and the rest sat on the sofa, eating and chatting. To be honest, the others were very envious. After all, he had just said that the two girls were his girlfriends. So Lin Xian was very comfortable. He was fed by Lingying and Han Chuxue, rubbed his legs and patted his back. It was simply too satisfying. How is it? Is it satisfying? You even hugged the two of us. Lingying asked. Ha, not bad, not bad. Lin Xian said happily. Not bad. Shouldn't it be very good? That's very good. But Lingying looked at the scene where Morong Qing had disappeared and asked, where did elder sister Morong go? Why did she say that this is her territory? Could it be that she's a high-ranking official in the capital? That's not right. She said that she's from Tiandu. Lin Xian, how do you think she can help us? Lin Xian smiled and said, don't worry. If she says she can, then she can. After all, Lin Xian knew Morong Qing's identity. To be honest, if she couldn't do it, then no one else could. The celestial venerable realm was very honorable, especially when he came to the border. Therefore, the three major forces had to give him some face. However, that didn't mean that he could be lawless and do whatever he wanted. Those members of the three major forces, who didn't have much power and strength, could only endure it. However, Morong Qing was different. In Hua Nation, there weren't many people who could compare to her status. Hey, I've never seen you trust me so much. How can it be that other women can do it? I can do it too. I can call dozens of celestial venerable realm experts to kill him. Lingying said unhappily. Good. Lord Lingying is right. Han Chuxue said. Lingying wasn't joking. Just the Ling family alone has dozens of celestial venerable realm experts. Lin Xian. F***ck. What kind of existence were the 8 major families in Tiandu? A family with dozens of celestial venerable realm experts? No wonder Lingying's father didn't like him. TSK. Not to mention the celestial venerable realm. Even if Lin Xian reached the celestial venerable realm, Lingying's father might not even like him. No, there's no need for that. Please don't be angry, miss. Who the F***ck could stand this? No matter who you wanted to provoke, you shouldn't provoke the daughter of a rich family. She could call dozens of people over with a casual phone call. These people were not small fries, but celestial venerable realm experts. This F***king. I don't care. I, Lingying, have never been put on airs by anyone in my life. They even want to throw me out. The more he thought about it, the more unhappy Lingying became. Then he took out his phone. Other than this old man, Lin Xian had made her unhappy and wronged before. However, Lin Xian was special. Lin Xian made her unhappy. That was another kind of emotion. Miss, don't. Lin Xian hurriedly stopped her. What? Although Lin Xian was also unhappy, Lingying's actions would cause too much of a commotion. If I don't beat this person black and blue, I won't be happy. Then leave it to me. You. Lin Xian. Hey, I'm your man. Can't you have a little bit of confidence in your man? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying was shocked. You, what nonsense are you talking about? Then she quickly and secretly gave Lin Xian a look, hinting at Han Chuxue. Chapter 535. Lin Xian reacted and added, "What I mean is, I'm your man now. After all, in the eyes of these people, both of you are my girlfriends." Ling Ying heaved a sigh of relief. Lin Xian almost exposed him. Han Chuxue didn't think much of it. She didn't know that your man had a deeper meaning. Then what are you going to do? Ling Ying asked. You know how to get people, so do I wait? Lin Xian walked away and made a phone call. Hey little you, what are you doing? Watching TV. Ling Longyue was nestled on the sofa. Beside her were all kinds of snacks, potato chips, jelly, happy drink, candy. She couldn't be more comfortable. Don't watch TV. Come out, come out. I'll bring you to eat good food. Lin Xian said in a very tempting manner. Ling Longyue's big eyes suddenly lit up, and then lost interest. Forget it. I have a lot of good food here too. Lin Xian then said. Let me see what I have here. A 3-meter-long lobster. Amen. There's also a chicken leg that's bigger than a person's leg. There's also blue, yellow, white, red and other colorful cakes. When you bite into them, you'll be able to taste delicious butter and jam. Ling Longyue's big eyes shone brighter and brighter. Where is it? Ling Longyue realized that she said something wrong and quickly added. I just want to let you know that it's not as good as you said. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. Okay. I'll send you the location. On the other side, the banquet was still in full swing. However, from time to time, there would be so many people looking at Lin Xian, and the rest with envy, although they knew that they had offended a sky venerable. Seeing this person hugging girls left and right made them feel King uncomfortable. Huang Chang also looked over from time to time with a vicious gaze. He actually made him lose face. Although no one said it out loud, everyone knew in their hearts that perhaps after today, this matter would spread. He really wanted to kill Lin Xian, but he couldn't for the time being. After all, they had just had a conflict. If Lin Xian were to die, then there would definitely be people who would suspect him. Although there was no evidence, he didn't want to be suspected. But there was no rush. Just a few days later would do. At this moment, a group of people pushed open the door and rushed in. It could be seen that this group of people seemed to be the staff of Rose Heaven. Everyone, Rose Paradise has something to do today, so we'll be closing soon, so your banquet has to be terminated. We'll return the venue fee to you at the original price. And we'll also compensate you with an equivalent venue fee as compensation for interrupting your banquet. The lobby manager of Rose Heaven immediately cut off the music and said to the crowd. With this, everyone was unhappy. Reverend Huang had yet to choose a disciple, and many of them had yet to accept the trial. How could it be interrupted like this? Do you know who we're holding this banquet for? This is Senior Huang, a dignified Empyrean realm expert. Think carefully. How can you interrupt Reverend Huang's banquet? Compensation? Is that enough compensation? Xiaoan Yu licked crazily. The lobby manager sneered and said, I don't care if you're Reverend Huang or Reverend Hong, not to mention an Empyrean realm expert. Even if you're a great Empyrean realm expert, you have to leave today. This is the order of our Rose Heaven's boss. Why did this lobby manager dare to be so arrogant? Because he had the confidence. How dare you? When Huang Chang heard the lobby manager's words, he flew into a rage. He was a dignified Empyrean realm expert, yet he was being looked down upon in such a small place? Although the lobby manager was afraid, he thought of something and mustered his courage to say, Senior, you came from Tiandu, so you should know who's behind Rose Heaven. That's right, today's order was personally given by her. Huang Chang clenched his fists tightly. Should he make a move? If he didn't make a move, he, a dignified Empyrean realm expert, would become a joke. If he made a move, he might be reduced to a pile of dirt. Because he was very clear about the person behind Rose Heaven. She might not be very powerful, but her influence, her authority, even in Tiandu was monstrous. To tell the truth, he could regain his face now. But the price was death. What choice could he make? When Lin Xian saw this scene, he also understood Morong Qing's intentions. She wanted to chase these people away. Even an Empyrean realm expert was being looked down upon. Wasn't it uncomfortable? However, Lin Xian didn't want to chase him away just like that. Ling Longyue hadn't arrived yet. At this moment, Lin Xian walked over and said, "Oh, you're chasing people away." When the lobby manager saw Lin Xian, he bowed and said, "Young Master Lin." Lin Xian. What the hell? It seemed like Morong Qing had instructed him to do so. Everyone's eyes widened. This lobby manager had a backer in confidence. He didn't even put an Empyrean realm in his eyes. Even when he chased him away, he didn't have a good tone. Why was he so respectful when he saw this puny Lin Xian? Since Morong Qing gave him face, Lin Xian wanted this face. Give me some face and let the banquet continue. After all, Supremacy Huang came here tirelessly. We can't neglect him. Then, the lobby manager nodded and said, "In that case, since young Master Lin said so, I'll go and report it." Everyone was even more shocked, and their eyes widened. "I'll go? This Lin Xian knows Rose Heaven's CEO? I remember that Rose Heaven's CEO is run by a very powerful person in Tiandu, right?" Ling Ying's mouth was slightly agape as he said in surprise. Han Qishua nodded and said, "I'm not sure who exactly it is, but from the looks of it, it seems so. He's well hidden. He actually knows such a big shot. Interesting." Ling Ying was curious. Then those people left. Some of the people from the three major powers seemed to understand something. They were also very surprised. Morong Qing and Lin Xian's relationship was so good now? Lin Xian then smiled and looked at Huang Chang, whose expression was extremely ugly, and said, "Supremacy Huang, please continue. Treat it as my apology." Huang Chang secretly clenched his fists. Although it seemed like Lin Xian had helped resolve the awkwardness and allowed the banquet to continue, it was actually a slap to his face. What kind of status did Huang Chang have? He was a famous powerhouse in the heavenly venerable realm, but in a small hotel, his face was not even comparable to the face of a brat. This slap to the face was even fiercer than directly canceling the banquet. Huang Chang gritted his teeth and snorted coldly. This time Lin Xian had even more discussion. What was going on? Who was the boss behind Rose Heaven? Why did that heavenly venerable Huang Chang not dare to make a move and instead respect Lin Xian so much? What was going on? Heavens! Chapter 536. The banquet continued as usual, but Huang Chang's expression did not look too good. If he attacked Lin Xian out of anger, that would not do. If he gave Lin Xian a cold shoulder, that would not do either. Others would say that he left in a fit of anger. That would not do either. But he remembered. A small piece of trash dared to provoke him, a heavenly venerable, that was courting death. In his heart, Lin Xian had already been given a death sentence. As for Lin Xian, Ling Ying and Han Qishua stuck to him the entire time. They helped him massage his back and fed him. It was very uncomfortable. Those who were watching were envious. Everyone was puzzled. What was Lin Xian's identity? He actually knew the boss of Rose Heaven. They could not afford to offend him. However, those present did not understand what kind of existence the boss of Rose Heaven was. They only knew that if even Huang Chang, a heavenly venerable, had to give her face, she must be a very strong existence. Therefore, they did not dare to provoke Lin Xian for the time being. As for Qiaoanyu, who had provoked Lin Xian, he was in a panic. This Lin Xian, it seemed like he could not afford to offend him? How was that possible? At this time, Morong Qing indifferently pushed open the door and walked in as if nothing had happened. Then, she smiled and walked to Lin Xian's side and sat on the sofa. "How was it? Did I give you face?" Morong Qing smiled tenderly. Lin Xian coughed dryly and said, "Cough, cough. It's all right. It's quite a face. Then you owe me a favor." Lin Xian. Damn. Who was the one who said that she was responsible for everything? How did it become me owing you a favor? Lin Xian said unhappily. Hee. Then forget it. Morong Qing picked up a glass of red wine and said, "However, he's a heavenly venerable. Any heavenly venerable has the dignity of a powerhouse. Your actions have trampled on his dignity, so you're in danger. If he's kinder, he might just want to teach you a lesson. But I think it's more likely that he wants to kill you. You already knew that he would kill me, yet you still help me provoke him? Aren't you pushing me into the fire pit? Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Morongqing. Kikik. Morongqing couldn't help but laugh. So if you want to seek protection and survive, you can look for me. Big sister can protect you. Lin Xian. This woman, it turned out that she had planned this all along. The so-called helping him was only the first part of the plan. She didn't care about owing him a favor. Her real goal was the second part. The pursuit of an Empyrean was not something he could withstand, so she thought that Lin Xian would definitely seek her protection. In this way, Lin Xian still owed her a favor. Damn. It was a trap. It was all *king trap. When a woman becomes scary, she is really scary. I'm sorry, there's no need for that. Thank you. Lin Xian laughed. Morongqing frowned slightly. I'm not joking. You're really not worried? Someone will die. Morongqing only felt that Lin Xian didn't believe her words. To be honest, even if Lin Xian didn't agree and said there was no need, she would still secretly protect Lin Xian. She couldn't let Lin Xian die, and if he really died, it would be related to her. She, Morongqing, had killed many people, but in her eyes, they were all people who deserved to be killed. She also had her principles. If she caused his death, she would naturally feel guilty in her heart. No need, Lin Xian said. Han Chuxue and Ling Ying knew that Lin Xian would definitely not use it. The powerhouse beside him was very abnormal, and it was the most abnormal space attribute. Hey, I'm serious, Morongqing said. I'm serious too. Lin Xian laughed. Morongqing then stood up angrily and glared at Lin Xian before walking away. Really? It was a thankless task. Then she would like to see how this Lin Xian would react when he was in danger. At this time Lin Xian's phone rang. Hey, I'm here. Where are you? Ling Longyue's voice came through. Wait for me at the hotel entrance. I'll come and pick you up. 3 minutes later, the door opened and Lin Xian walked in with Ling Longyue. Ling Ying and Han Chuxue looked at each other. So that's it. So this Lin Xian's method was Ling Longyue. Yes, this Huang Chong might be a famous powerhouse, but Ling Longyue was also a heavenly venerable. According to Lin Xian, she was considered to have 1 foot in the absolute realm. She was at least a high-level heavenly venerable. Moreover, she had the space attribute. Under the same realm, she could rely on her space attribute to crush her opponents. Now, Ling Longyue's space attribute had been upgraded to the void realm. That was something that no one could stop. Ling Longyue had a proud look on her face. When she got into the elevator, she insisted that she was only here to take a look. Then, when the door opened, her beautiful eyes were filled with stars. Not only were there many types of delicious food, the most important thing was that they looked so beautiful and exquisite. This was what it meant to be delicious. Then, Ling Longyue looked down at the bag of chips in her hand and threw it into the trash can at the door. Then she ran over. The sudden appearance of a little Lolita, who was brought by Lin Xian, attracted everyone's attention. Damn, what a beautiful little Lolita. This is the most beautiful little Lolita I've ever seen in my life. What should I do? Want to commit a crime? What should I do? Waiting online, it's urgent. This is Lin Xian's daughter? Pooey, impossible. Hey, slow down. The girl in front of him was still extremely arrogant. The moment she threw the chips into the trash can, she ran towards the delicious food. Lin Xian couldn't stop her from running. Lin Xian then rubbed his forehead and couldn't help but chuckle. What an adorable little girl. Delicious, delicious. Ling Longyue grabbed the chips and stuffed them into her mouth. She could have cake, seafood, and candy in her mouth. Lin Xian walked over and patted her on the shoulder. Ling Longyue turned to look at Lin Xian and suddenly realized that she seemed to have lost her composure. Gulp. She forcefully swallowed the delicious food and said, I just wanted to taste all the food quickly. That's why I ate so quickly. And that's it. Lin Xian could not help but laugh in his heart. Too cute. Okay, I believe you. But can you slow down? Wipe your hands and eat slowly. Can't you see that there are so many people looking at you? Lin Xian laughed. Oh, okay. Ling Longyue had eaten a lot of delicious food. However, The best she had eaten was probably the food in the Western restaurant. But for a super foodie, this kind of space was filled with delicious food and drinks. This was the best. Chapter 537. Perhaps if one wasn't a foodie, they wouldn't understand the heart of a foodie. Originally, Ling Longyue wasn't a foodie, but ever since she came to the human world, she changed. Perhaps she didn't change. Perhaps she was originally a foodie, but it wasn't obvious. But after coming to the human world, the first time she tried all kinds of human food, she fell. Every day, if she wasn't eating, she would be on the road looking for good food. This is delicious. Ling Longyue held an exquisite sushi in her hand. Then, as if she had discovered a new world, she turned to Lin Xian and shared it with him. If it's delicious, then eat more. I asked you to come here to let you try the good food. If it wasn't delicious, then I wouldn't have asked you to come. I know you like to eat good food. I'm fine with it. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ding. Deceiving big sister. Prince Charming points plus 10,000. Lin Xian heard the system notification and touched his nose awkwardly. Actually, it wasn't really deceiving. He just wanted Ling Longyue to help him and bring her to eat good food. Lin Xian comforted himself. Ding. Ling Longyue's favorability towards you plus 5. This time, her favorability rose to 25. It's okay. It's so. Ling Longyue said stubbornly. Actually, she was quite touched. She didn't expect this bad guy to still remember her. That's why people say that little lolis are easy to deceive. Look, Lin Xian brought her here to eat some good food. Moreover, he didn't have pure intentions and wanted her to help him. She believed him, and her favorability increased by 5. If she was a normal little lolis, she would have committed a crime. Then you eat slowly. We'll go home together. And I know. Go do your work. Ling Longyue's mind was on the food. Then she waved her hand and chased Lin Xian away. Actually, Lin Xian had many considerations for letting Ling Longyue come along. Firstly, she could teach that Huang Chang a lesson. Secondly, Lin Xian would be at ease with her escorting him back home. Thirdly, he could go with her to the demonic beast domain to investigate. Once she was full, she would probably be willing to come along. Lin Xian sat beside Ling Ying and the others. What do you want Ling Longyue to do? Ling Ying asked. Act according to the situation. We can't let her come here to eat and drink for nothing, right? Ling Ying smiled and stood up with Han Chuxue. Your sister is here. Chuxue and I will go play with Ling Longyue. Bye-bye. Then, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue walked away. Ling Longyue saved Ling Ying's life before. So Ling Ying's attitude towards her is different from before. Lin Xian looked at Morong Qing, who was walking over, and felt a headache coming on. What was this woman trying to do? Little hubby, have you really thought it through? You don't want me to help you? I don't need you to owe me a favor. Morong Qing sat beside Lin Xian. Her whole body was pressed against Lin Xian. Lin Xian glanced at Ling Ying, and then looked away. Cough cough. No need, no need. It's just a sky sovereign. I can beat him down with a finger. So sister, you don't need to worry. Hey, what realm are you in? Aren't you afraid? Lin Xian smiled and said, then why don't you try? How? Aren't you good at attracting hatred? Go and attract hatred and make him attack me. Courting death. I won't do such a boring thing. Morong Qing glared at Lin Xian and then walked away. To be honest, she was a little unhappy. She really wanted to attract hatred. But after thinking about it, she decided not to. If she really angered Huang Chang, he would really attack Lin Xian. Huang Chang's gaze occasionally looked at Lin Xian. He also found his disciple, Xiaoanyu. Xiaoanyu was so excited that he couldn't express it with words. He actually found a sky sovereign as his master. He felt that he had really made a meteoric rise. Lin Xian stood up and walked over. Congratulations. Congratulations to Senior Huang for finding a disciple. Lin Xian said with a smile. Huang Chang glanced at Lin Xian. What are you trying to say? No. I just want to say that birds of a feather flock together. When the surrounding people heard Lin Xian's words, they were all dumbfounded. Does this Lin Xian want to die? He actually took the initiative to provoke the sky sovereign Huang Chang. Birds of a feather flock together. They all knew what Lin Xian meant. Huang Chang's character and Xiao Anyu's character were all known by those who didn't know. They were narrow-minded. In short, they weren't good people. They weren't open-minded at all. Lin Xian was saying that it was normal for two people like them to be together. Brat, you think you can be disrespectful to this old man just because you have the backing of Rose Paradise? Huang Chang's aura surged. Morong Qing secretly shook her head. This Lin Xian really didn't know life from death. Hey. Senior Huang, what do you mean? Am I being disrespectful to you? I said that birds of a feather flock together. Am I wrong? You are a famous powerhouse and a genius who has achieved the Tao. This young Master Qiao is also a genius. You two geniuses are together. Am I wrong? Lin Xian said with a smile. Everyone really admired Lin Xian. Everyone knew in their hearts. Even Huang Chang and Xiao Anyu knew that Lin Xian was ridiculing them. However, he was still able to find such a way to smooth things over. Lin Xian, don't be so arrogant. My master is an Empyrean powerhouse, the strongest existence in this world. Don't think that we don't know what you mean just now. If my master wants to kill you, he doesn't even need to lift a finger. He just needs to release his aura, and you will be reduced to ashes. Xiao Anyu pointed at Lin Xian and said angrily. Oh, is that so? Then I really want to test how powerful the aura of an Empyrean powerhouse is. Moreover, I have to correct young Master Qiao. Although a bootlicker is indeed useful, a bootlicker will definitely die. A bootlicker won't live for long. A Empyrean is strong, but it isn't the strongest existence in this world. Take me for example. Although I haven't reached the Empyrean realm, and am still far from it, an Empyrean can easily kill me. Huang Chang clenched his fists. This brat was deliberately provoking him. However, he looked at the people around him. He was being looked down upon by this Lin Xian. If he didn't make a move and declare his sovereignty, then he would really become a laughingstock. Ignorant brat. This old man will teach you how to write the word education today. Huang Chang said angrily. Tsk. Lin Xian said. Sorry, I know how to write education. But it depends on the person. For some people, I don't know how to write it, but for others, I know how to write it. Senior Huang, in my eyes, which type do you belong to? This is infuriating. Huang Chang was furious. His aura suddenly erupted. Senior Huang, you can't. A powerhouse ran over and was immediately repelled by the aura. This lord won't kill you, but since you look down on this lord, today, this lord will let you feel the pressure of an Empyrean. Let's see if an ant like you can easily resist it. Chapter 538. On the scene, some people were happy while others were worried. Those who were happy were the passers-by. They were unhappy with Lin Xian. Not only did he have so many girls, he was also so arrogant. Wasn't he courting death? Finding trouble with a heavenly venerable was the same as courting death. Those who were worried were from the three major forces. They liked Lin Xian, especially Lin Xian who had saved so many people. But how should they put it? If Lin Xian didn't court death, he would be fine. A surge of aura surged in the entire space. The others even felt a suffocating pressure. This is the pressure of a heavenly venerable? It's too shocking. I feel that if he releases a little more of it, I'll be turned into dregs. This Lin Xian, he's courting death. Let's see what he's going to do now. Maybe Lin Xian will die here tonight. If he angers a heavenly venerable, he might not even care about the person behind Lin Xian. A surge of pressure rushed towards Lin Xian. At this moment, Morong Qing wanted to make a move, but she suddenly realized that Lin Xian's expression didn't change at all. What was going on? Then she stopped. At this moment, in front of the crowd, three beauties stood there. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, and Ling Longyue, who was holding a cake in one hand. Her mouth was moving non-stop. Her big eyes were looking forward, and her right hand was slightly retracted. Lin Xian felt the dangerous aura at first, but it was gone in an instant. An even stronger force blocked it for him. Lin Xian didn't make a wrong bet. If he brought this little girl to eat delicious food, he didn't need to tell her. Ling Longyue would save him. That was why Lin Xian dared to be so arrogant. What's wrong? Why are you all looking at me? Do you want to drink? Lin Xian's lips curled up as he leisurely poured himself a glass of wine. Everyone's eyes widened. They found it difficult to breathe, due to the residual pressure. Lin Xian, on the other hand, was locked onto by Huang Chang's aura. The pressure he was enduring was much stronger than theirs. Logically speaking, he should have been instantly suppressed and vomited blood on the ground. However, he didn't seem to be affected at all. He was still leisurely drinking his wine. Why are you all looking at me like that? What happened? Lin Xian curled his lips and asked with a puzzled expression. Huang Chang looked as if he had seen a ghost. Then he clenched his teeth and his aura suddenly rose. Plop! Some of the weaker martial artists were forced to kneel on the ground by the residual pressure, their faces ugly. However, Lin Xian was still leisurely drinking his wine. Hey, you guys, what's wrong? Why is he kneeling? Get up. Is this feasible? Those people felt extremely uncomfortable. Even the martial artists who were standing were speechless. Only those in the mysterious heaven realm would fare better. How is that possible? Huang Chang's eyes widened. He was a heavenly venerable. No matter how strong this kid was, he was only in the mysterious heaven realm, or the thunder tribulation realm, right? Even those in the law realm would be instantly killed under the pressure of his Empyrean realm. Moreover, the pressure he released at the beginning was only this much. Later on, he increased the pressure to be able to instantly kill those in the thunder tribulation realm. Otherwise, that small amount of pressure would not have been able to force them to their knees. Pressure that could kill those in the thunder tribulation realm. Yet he was so calm? Impossible. Huang Chang's aura was released again. This time, his aura was enough to suppress those in the law realm. However, plop. Lin Xian, on the other hand, was pointing at Huang Xiaolong with a panicked expression. Senior Huang, what's going on? The people behind you are vomiting blood. Huang Chang's face was filled with shock. No, this wasn't right. Morongqing was also shocked. This was absolutely impossible. There were only 3 possibilities. First, Lin Xian wasn't afraid of his aura. That meant that Lin Xian had to be in the heavenly venerable realm. This was impossible. Second, Huang Chang didn't release his aura on Lin Xian. Obviously, this was also impossible. The people around him were vomiting blood. Third, someone was helping Lin Xian resist the aura. However, if one wanted to do this, they had to be in the heavenly venerable realm at the very least. More importantly, they had to be much stronger than Huang Chang. Only then could they help resist the aura without batting an eyelid. This was possible. At the same time, Morongqing recalled Lin Xian's words. He wasn't afraid. She didn't believe it at first, but now she understood why Lin Xian wasn't afraid. It was because he knew that he had the help of a heavenly venerable. Morongqing's gaze searched the crowd. There was actually a heavenly venerable here. Wasn't this too low-key? However, after looking around, Morongqing didn't find anyone who might be in the heavenly venerable realm. She first thought of those who were related to Lin Xian. Linging, Han Chuxue. Impossible. That little loli? This was even more impossible. She was a beautiful little foodie. From the beginning to the end, she had never seen this little girl's mouth. The food in her hand was never touched. Moreover, her mouth was eating very fast, as if she wanted to use the shortest time to finish the food that was more likely to be snatched. No, this was even more impossible. Morongqing found it strange. Senior Huang, don't increase your aura anymore. At this time, a powerhouse from the 3 major factions hurriedly said, if he increased his aura any further, these children would all die. Only then did Huang Chang react. Then he quickly retracted his aura. Everyone who was lying on the ground breathed a sigh of relief. Then they lay on the ground, their bodies soaked in sweat. Someone was helping. Huang Chang also reacted. However, after looking around a few times, he couldn't see who could possibly reach the heavenly venerable realm. At this moment, those people were even more shocked. Naturally, they didn't know as much as Morongqing and Huang Chang. They only knew that so many people were vomiting blood from the pressure. But this Lin Xian was unscathed. He was still calmly eating and mocking Huang Chang. Although Huang Chang was unwilling, he had already made his move. It wouldn't be good to be so aggressive. Moreover, There seemed to be a heavenly venerable around. But, Senior Huang, didn't you say you were going to release your aura on me? Didn't you say you were going to teach me a lesson? But I finished this cup of wine and a piece of cake. Why don't you release your aura, and let me try? Uffed. Huang Chang was so angry that he almost vomited blood. Don't court death. I see that you're a junior, so I'll spare your life. Don't be so aggressive. If you really provoke me, I won't care about the so-called outsiders' opinions. I won't care about bullying the weak. I'll kill you, Huang Chang said angrily. Oh, so that's how it is. Then try killing me. The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up. If you're not going to do it, then I'm going to. After saying that, Lin Xian raised his hand and slapped across the air. Slap. They heard a loud sound. And then Huang Chang spun more than 1,000 degrees and flew out. This. Chapter 539. Everyone stared at this scene with their mouths agape. Some people even forgot to wipe the blood off their bodies. What did they just see? They only saw Lin Xian give a backhand slap across the air. And then that heavenly venerable Huang Chang actually flew out, accompanied by such a resounding slap. How was this possible? Lin Xian did it. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. If he could do this, his cultivation realm would crush sky venerables. Otherwise it was impossible. But, Lin Xian's cultivation realm crushing sky venerables? Absolutely impossible. The corners of Morong Qing's mouth rose slightly, because at that moment, she saw a figure slap at the same time. It was the little lowly with oily hands. Although she thought it was impossible. But it was the truth. It was not Lin Xian's slap that sent Huang Chang flying, but that little lowly. This little lowly was at least a sky venerable powerhouse. It was too inconceivable. Plop. Huang Chang's figure vomited blood and fell to the ground. From beginning to end, he was dumbfounded. What was going on? How could he be sent flying with a slap across the air? Everyone swallowed a mouthful of saliva. I'm sorry. I seem to have used too much strength. Senior Huang, are you all right? Lin Xian said with a face of worry. There was a very clear red palm print on Huang Chang's face. However, no one noticed the size of the palm print. If anyone had noticed, they would have noticed that the palm print was clearly from a small hand. It couldn't possibly be Lin Xian's hand. Huang Chang's face was filled with anger and embarrassment as he got up. It could not be Lin Xian. No matter how stupid he was, he knew that it could not be Lin Xian. Who? Which senior is it? Please come out. Huang Chang's face was ugly, but he could feel that the person in the dark was very strong. At least stronger than him. No wonder this kid dared to be so arrogant. It turned out that there was a big shop behind him. Damn it. However, this hidden boss didn't even need to show up to send him flying. He knew that there was a huge gap between them. Hearing Huang Chang's words, many people finally reacted. So it wasn't Lin Xian who did it, but someone else behind him. But, wasn't this too exaggerated? There was actually someone behind Lin Xian, who could casually beat up Huang Chang? Huang Chang was indeed resentful towards Lin Xian, but now, he did not dare to do so. He was afraid that if he went looking for trouble, he would be killed by the person behind it. No one responded. The surroundings were very quiet. So quiet that only the sound of Ling Longyue's small mouth eating quickly caused many people to look at him. Senior Huang, how could there be any experts? Lin Xian said with a smile. Huang Chang's expression was extremely ugly, but he didn't dare to say anything more. It was the same for Qiaoanyu. I've eaten my fill. Everyone, please continue. We'll take our leave first. After Lin Xian finished speaking, the corners of his mouth curled up. Then, he hugged Ling Ying and Han Chushua's slender legs and swaggered towards the door. When Ling Longyue saw this scene, the cake in her hand was crushed. F***ck. You want to chase after my sister like this? Go to hell. When the time comes, I'll tell my sister what a bastard this Lin Xian is. Wait a moment. Ling Longyue said and rushed towards the delicious food. Then with a wave of her hand, all the delicious food was sent into her spatial spirit tool. Yahahaha, I've struck it rich. Then, Ling Longyue ran out happily. Lin Xian's mouth twitched. This little girl is too cute. She belongs to the type that you would find uncute in the beginning. Moreover, She is arrogant and dangerous to the point that she might kill you. However, once your relationship with her reaches a certain level, you will be able to see the cuter side of Ling Longyue. Just like now, the four of them walked out one after another. Can you let go now? Ling Ying said coldly. This fellow was so used to hugging them that he hugged both of them back out of habit. F***ck. Lin Xian then quickly let go of his hand. He was a little reluctant. Ling Longyue followed them the entire time and ate the delicious food. I really don't know if her stomach is a bottomless pit, the kind that pretends to be unhappy. Where do we go to play now? Ling Longyue asked expectantly. Do you want to go to the beast domain to play? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes. What's so fun about the beast domain? How can it be more fun than the city? Then you don't understand. If I say there's a fun place, then there is. You don't believe me? If I say there's good food here, is there a lot of good food? Oh. Ling Longyue tilted her head and thought for a while before nodding. No, you tricked me into coming here to be your hired thug. Cough cough, Lin Xian coughed dryly. I didn't lie to you. There's really a lot of good food here. Did I lie to you? That's true. Ling Longyue nodded her head. Why are you going to the beast domain? I'm going too. Ling Ying quickly said. You should go home and rest. It's not suitable for you to go to the beast domain when your aunt is here. Lin Xian said. Ling Ying. This Lin Xian could still remember the date of her aunt. He's quite considerate. But it's true. It's best not to go to the beast domain when your aunt is here. Humans might not be able to feel it, but the beast's ability to sense blood is too strong. It's especially dangerous to go out in this situation. It's especially easy to attract a lot of beasts. Alright, then you have to be careful. Ling Ying was assured to let Lin Xian go, because Ling Longyue was accompanying him. If not, she would definitely be worried. Although Lin Xian's cultivation realm is higher than hers, she would still be worried. Moreover, didn't Lin Xian just say that the beast domain might be dangerous? Then we'll go home. You guys go ahead. Han Qishue looked at Lin Xian and said, No rush. I'll send you guys back to Tianhua City first. Before that, I still have something to do. And at this time, Morong Qing ran out from inside. Why are you leaving? Let me send you home. Morong Qing smiled and said to Lin Xian. There's no need for that. My 2 concubines are here. They'll send me home. Ling Ying. Han Qishue. To be honest, Morong Qing was really shocked. She knew the identity of Ling Ying and Han Qishue. However, Lin Xian could actually hug them. Although she felt that it was more of an act, their relationship must be very good for them to agree. She knew how many people in Tiandu were chasing after them. Alright, then I'll go back too. Let's go together? Up to you. Morong Qing looked at Ling Longyue. To be honest, she was very shocked. Such a young girl was actually in the Sky Venerable realm. How did she do it? Using the power of her family to force her to level up? This was the only explanation. But even so, she couldn't possibly crush Huang Chang. Chapter 540. Huang Chang was a famous celestial venerable. In terms of combat power, there weren't many celestial venerables in the same realm as him. However, this little girl was able to beat him up. Either her realm was much higher than his, or her own strength was very strong. But if the family brought her out to grind and forcefully gave her experience, it would be difficult to do so. The celestial venerable realm wasn't something that could be achieved simply by killing some monsters. One had to fight against domain realm and celestial venerable beasts. These beasts were too strong, especially celestial venerable beasts. If they didn't want to die and wanted to escape, it was almost impossible to stop them. Although she wanted to ask, Morong Qing knew that it wasn't polite to ask, so she held back. In the past, she only thought that this Lin Xian was a little special, but now she didn't think so. Not only was he special, she had never seen such a mysterious young man. Those so-called geniuses in Tiandu might be stronger than him, but compared to him in some aspects, they couldn't be compared at all. At first, Morong Qing didn't know. She only found out about the incident at Tianhua Academy today. A woman in white had beaten up a celestial venerable from the evil fiend shrine. At first, She thought that the woman in white was this little lowly, but after thinking about it, she realized that wasn't the case. From the video she saw, the woman in white was tall and wasn't a little lowly, and she was also related to Lin Xian, because she was protecting Lin Xian. She suddenly remembered what Lin Xian had said before. He wanted to create his own force. At first, Morongqing didn't think that he would succeed, but now, she felt that there was a chance. This Lin Xian was very mysterious, and he even had several experts protecting him. With these experts, and if he could successfully develop a medicine and monopolize it, he had a high chance of success. It was just that he could reach a certain scale. I'll go get the car, Morongqing said and walked away. Lin Xian then said to Ling Longyue, "Little you, do me a favor. When the time comes, I'll bring you to more delicious places to eat things you haven't eaten before." Is there anything I haven't eaten before? Ling Longyue's big eyes twinkled. Of course. Lin Xian smiled and said, "The delicacies you've eaten in this world are just like the places you've been to. They're just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more. For example, there's something called stinky tofu. It smells stinky, so you definitely won't like it. But if it's authentic, you'll still want to eat it even if your mouth stinks. TSK, I only like to eat food that looks appetizing." Although Ling Longyu said so, she was actually looking forward to it. What kind of thing could smell so bad but taste so good? Was there really such a thing? Lin Xian smiled and said, "You'll know when I take you there. Now do me a favor." "You want me to help you beat up that old man, right?" Ling Longyue said. Sometimes this girl's IQ wasn't online, but sometimes she was very smart. Lin Xian nodded. "And there's no need to kill him. After all, he's also an important fighting force for us humans. He has to protect the human race. Just beat him until he's afraid, so that he won't dare to do anything to me." "No problem." Snap. Then, Ling Longyue snapped her fingers, and Huang Chang's figure appeared in front of them. Huang Chang was dumbfounded. "Lin Xian, what are you doing?" Huang Chang actually panicked. Snap. Ling Longyue snapped her fingers again, and the two of them disappeared in front of them. "Aren't you afraid that he'll get angry and attack you?" Ling Ying asked. Lin Xian smiled and said, "Although this Huang Chang's character isn't that great, and he probably does want to kill me, he should be a coward. Otherwise, he would still be able to endure my humiliation. As long as I beat him until he's completely scared, he won't do anything to me." About 10 seconds later, a figure fell from the sky. Huang Chang was beaten up by Ling Longyue. He got up from the ground, and suddenly saw Ling Longyue in front of him. His body trembled. "Say, Senior, I was wrong. I was really wrong. Spare me. Spare me." Ling Longyue clapped her hands. "I'm done. Pack up." Morongqing drove her car over and saw this scene. What the hell? Isn't this the Sky Sovereign Huang Chang? How did he end up like this? So miserable. "Senior Huang, I'm not as strong as you. But there's one thing I want to tell you. I have a lot of powerful people around me. Today I won't kill you. You should be able to feel that if she wants to kill you, you won't have any chance to fight back. This matter is over. If I find out that you have any ulterior motives, no matter where you are, you will appear in front of me and die without a burial place." Lin Xian looked at Huang Chang and threatened. I know. I know. Huang Chang's eyes were filled with fear. Lin Xian was right. That little lowly could kill him with the raise of her hand. He didn't dare to do it again. Although he was angry, he really didn't dare to do it again. Because he really did appear in front of them in the middle of the banquet. He was really afraid that even if he went into hiding, he would appear in front of them again and kill him. "Regyud, little Yuer, send him back." Then Huang Chang disappeared. In the banquet, everyone was still wondering where Huang Chang went. Not long after, a figure landed in the middle of the banquet. F***CK. Who are you? Is this a place where a beggar like you can come? Chase him away. Wait. This pig head. He is Senior Huang. What? Everyone was dumbfounded. Huang Chang didn't want to do anything now. He just wanted to go to a hotel and get a good night's sleep or cry. He was an Empyrean, an incomparably noble Empyrean, but he was reduced to such a state. Master, is it that Lin Xian? Do you want me to help you kill him? Xiao Anyu hurried over to help Huang Chang up, and said like a dog, kill him? His master couldn't even kill a Empyrean, let alone him? He was just saying it to show his loyalty. Slap. Xiao Anyu was sent flying by Huang Chang's slap. F***ck your mother. He didn't want to die. Xiao Anyu crawled up from the ground, completely dumbfounded. What happened to him? Did he say something wrong? Why did Huang Chang hit him? That's why people say that a dog must die. A dog may feel good for a while, but if it keeps on it will still die. A dog still doesn't have a good ending. Lin Xian also knows how to play, but his skills are even better. It's not something Xiao Anyu can compare to. Chapter 541. On the other side, they were already on their way back. After sending Ling Ying and Han Chushue safely to Tianhua City, Lin Xian drove Han Chushue's car and prepared to bring Ling Longyue to the Beast Domain. You're going to the Beast Domain? Mo Rongqing looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian nodded. Yes, I have something to do. I'm going too. Big sister, where are you going? Why are you calling me big sister? How many times have I said it? Call me big sister. Okay, big sister. Mo Rongqing smiled and said, although it's getting late, I'm not sleepy. The main thing is that I don't have you, and it's very boring. Let's go to the Beast Domain. Mo Rongqing wanted to see what was so special about this Lin Xian and that little girl. She was very curious, very curious. Sorry, we're going to do something serious. We can't bring you. Thank you. Something serious? Didn't you say that you're going to bring me to the Beast Domain to play? Ling Longyue quickly asked. Lin Xian coughed dryly before nodding his head repeatedly. That's right. Taking you out to play is a proper business. Isn't this proper business? Your matter is serious matter. That's more like it. Ling Longyue mumbled. Ding. Ling Longyue's favorability towards you +1. Sure enough, children need to be coaxed. Coaxing her to give her good food. Coaxing her to bring her out to play. Only then can her favorability increase. Wasn't Meow Xiao Meow the same? Okay. Since you don't want to bring me, then forget it. Have fun, I'm going. Then, Mo Rongqing got into the car, stepped on the accelerator, and sped into Tianhua City. Since Lin Xian didn't want to bring her along, she naturally wouldn't force it. Instead, it would cause others to dislike her. Let's go, Lin Xian said to Ling Longyue. Where are we going? I can bring you there directly. There's no need to drive. It's troublesome. Lin Xian awkwardly touched the tip of his nose. Thinking about it, this Ling Longyue has the space attribute. That would be much faster than driving a car. However, Lin Xian didn't know where he was going. The space attribute would skip halfway. Lin Xian wanted Ling Longyue to follow him, so that they could investigate the situation in the demonic beast domain. He didn't dare to go out alone. In the past he dared to, but now he really didn't dare to. However, with Ling Longyue following him, it was different. Ling Longyue was only in the Empyrean realm, but she was stronger than the Empyrean realm. Her void attribute was invincible. Even if they encountered a great void stage expert, with Ling Longyue's space attribute, she should be able to escape from a great void stage expert. Otherwise, if he couldn't escape after mastering the void dimension, then the void dimension would be too weak. It's fine. Let's go for a ride. Oh, Ling Longyue then sat in the front passenger seat, and Lin Xian drove out of Tianhua City. Lin Xian, where are you bringing me to play? Ling Longyue asked again. To the demonic beast domain, Lin Xian said with a guilty conscience. Because he didn't plan to bring Ling Longyue to play. He also didn't know where the demonic beast domain was. He only knew that the demonic beast domain was dangerous. Fun. That was courting death. Where is the demonic beast domain? Cough cough. Lin Xian coughed dryly. It's here. Ah. Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes and looked out of the window. Her hair was fluttering in the wind. It's dark here. The surroundings are pitch black. What's so fun about it? It's only fun when it's pitch black. Lin Xian smirked. You lied to me. Ling Longyue pointed at Lin Xian and said angrily. Then, she took out 2 pieces of cake that she stole from the banquet and angrily bit into it. It was as if that was Lin Xian, and she was eating Lin Xian. Lin Xian smiled and said, "I'm just taking you for a drive. Don't you think that it's quite interesting to drive the car and enjoy the night breeze while we're chatting and you're eating delicious food? I don't think so. Why don't I release my spatial energy and send you to wherever you go? That's so fast. You're too impulsive. What's important is not the destination, but the scenery along the way." Is that so? For example, in the path of cultivation, the most important thing is not the higher realm, but the process of increasing your realm? Isn't that so? Lin Xian asked. Hypocrite. Ling Longyue snorted. Who would want to increase their realm through the so-called process? Of course, they would want it to be fast. What if in the process, she was stuck for 10 years or 100 years? Would the scenery still be beautiful? Ling Longyue did not like it. When she advanced to the heavenly venerable realm, she was stuck for 50 years at the final realm. 50 years, she was about to break down. Cough cough. Lin Xian also coughed dryly. It was a little hypocritical. After all, everyone wanted to increase their realm as soon as possible. Lin Xian was the same. The so-called scenery along the way was all nonsense. All right, I just want you to follow me and protect me. I knew it. Ling Longyue swallowed the elixir and clapped her hands. Then why did you come out with me? Lin Xian smirked. Ling Longyue blushed. Before this, she really believed that Lin Xian brought her out to have fun. That's me giving you face. Don't you dislike giving me face? Don't you hate me the most? Why are you giving me face without saying anything now? Lin Xian laughed. That's because you helped my sister and me. We Void Fox are not ungrateful people. Although I have already repaid you, you are still considered a humble friend. I helped you because you are pitiful. Come on. Lin Xian laughed. You did it because of the delicious food. Lin Xian's words hit the nail on the head. Ling Longyue blushed. It was true. She was thinking of all kinds of delicious food. She thought that if she helped Lin Xian a little, Lin Xian would definitely repay her by bringing her to eat all kinds of delicious food. After all, she helped him. That was why she came. Of course, being cheated in the beginning was also one of the reasons. Do you believe that I will leave now? Let you stay here alone? I was wrong. Lin Xian laughed. That's more like it. Ling Longyue then took out a pile of sushi and started eating happily. Then what are you doing here? Ling Longyue mumbled as she ate the delicious food. It seems that the Myriad Demon Alliance is gathering an army to attack Tianhua City. I want to come out and check it out. Che, how would you know if the Myriad Demon Alliance is attacking Tianhua City? Even I don't know. Ling Longyue snorted. There is an expert guiding me. Lin Xian laughed. Stop bragging. Unless it is someone from the Myriad Demon Alliance, it is impossible that you're tuning in to the Earbook Haven YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.